Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. My name is Jared, and I'm the Dungeon Master here. Hey, I've got it! Resubscribing for 12 months.
Uh,
This is our 1 year
Hey,
anniversary of being a Twitch affiliate. So,
Woo!
nice.
thank you, I've got it. Thank you for the Pikachus. Uh,
Yay, Pikachu!
while we're on it, uh, thank you to all of my misfits. Three of them are here. The other two are coming in a little while. But without you, I would just not be here. So thank you. Also, a big shout out to Incomplete, who followed us yesterday. So thank you, Incomplete. And thank you, King Kazmasi, for donating a gift sub to Infinite Light. Isn't that exciting?
Ooh!
Hey,
Yeah. So thank you, King. Thank you, I've got it. And thank you, Incomplete. Uh, which is fun and exciting.
It is.
Yeah. But here we are at 1 year as being a Twitch affiliate, episode 76. There's probably math there, but I don't know what it is.
Math is hard.
It is hard. But as I said, with me are three of my favorite misfits. I need one of them to roll a D100, and then we will go around and
I got it.
introduce ourselves.
Okay.
Excellent. Dun 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 dun. What will it be
24.
now? Ooh, a 24. Let's see. Um, oh, this could be interesting. Okay, cool.
Just say, do we still have hundreds that we haven't done in 76 episodes?
Well, yeah, because I was making them up for the first like 70, just off the top of my head. And now I have like a list that someone else has generated that has many options. So there may be some overlap at some point, or we'll re-roll if we redo numbers or something. But hey, whatever, we'll go with it. Anyway, with me are these three glorious people who will introduce themselves, their characters, and will answer the question: what other player character does your character find themselves having the most in common with? Not necessarily the one that you like the most or the one that you work with best, but the one you have the most in common with.
Ooh.
That is a good question.
It is, and we're
It's
gonna
also
go
a fun
wacky
one
with
for
it.
people who've
We're
just
gonna
met and
go,
like,
yeah, we're gonna go wacky with it right now and start right below me
oh, hell, that's me.
with Sarah.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I play Olive, the half-orc druid. And Olive has the most in common with... Eh? I didn't get a chance to think about this. Probably Spook.
And speaking of Spoot,
There he is!
here he is, ladies and gentlemen. We have Spoot just in
Nice.
time.
You're
We
up.
gotta stop. We gotta stop talking about him.
No, I heard. I don't know. Probably Spook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in time. Good job.
Just in time for the question, I bet.
Just in
Yep.
time for the question. The question being, what other player character does your character find themselves having the most in common with? Not your favorite best friend, not the one you work with the best, but the one you have the most in common with.
I feel like you're looking at me when you said that.
It's a camera. I'm looking at everybody.
That is a good question.
But so far, Sarah has answered the question.
You came in just in time.
You came in just in time.
You started in the middle.
Yeah. So you get a quick second to think about it while I hop on up to this corner for Mike.
That's me. My name is Mike. I play Defect, Warforged Barbarian. Now we all know my best friend is Grrrig, but the one he feels he has most in common would probably have to be Adis, actually. Gone but not forgotten. Adis.
Aww.
Yeah, I think the whole us being away from our village, our other kind of puts us in that parallel level.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
Y'all
Yeah,
also had some bonding moments when I was making your totems.
we did.
That's
Yeah.
true. Adis did make both of your totems that you currently utilize.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, fun and exciting.
So that's my answer. Yeah.
All right, we're going to hop on down Caddy Corner. That way. To Tanner.
Okay, I was like, wait.
Bounce it all around.
It's reversed for me when I look at it, but then it unreverses itself when it streams. It's weird.
Well, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Nereus, the sorcerer, and because you guys don't know what he is yet.
It's true.
I think Jared told us he was human.
He appears human. That's all you really know.
Well,
Yep.
human with moving tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah.
And most connected to, I mean, or works well with, or
Has the most in common with.
common. I mean, he hasn't had much time with the party, but I would say probably at best like Defect, because Defect seems to have a very head-on method towards solving problems. Aside from that, like one moment where he tried to hide behind a small sapling.
But Nereus doesn't know that, so.
Right, I was there because I blew up the cinder folk.
Oh, okay.
But I would say because he has the most like head-on method to dealing with things.
Very cool. I dig that. Very cool. And
I
hopping
dig that too.
Yeah. Hopping on up to this corner over here, we've got Matt.
Sorry, I forgot where my talk button was. Hello, I'm Matt. I'm
That's what
playing
happens when you
Spook.
don't show up to stream.
I'm like, how does Discord work? I still don't know.
Do any of
Anyway,
us?
yeah, right.
Nope.
I'm not alone. I'm playing Spook, the Turtle Cleric, and this is a good question. I think, in a lot of ways, Spook would share a lot in common with Olive back, obviously, nature oriented. But I think in all the journeys together, based on maybe how we approach problems, Spook is probably shares the most with Adis, actually.
Interesting.
And like similar in having some insecurities about maybe their decision making.
Hmm.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I just like.
No, interesting. I like it.
The most intelligent often question themselves the most.
Thank you.
When it comes to humility, Spoot doesn't really relate to anyone.
Fair. And I am Jared. I am your dungeon master. I am everybody who is not these people. So that's what I do here. I play the
Except
world.
for Grrrig.
That's true. Except for
there
Grrrig.
can only be one.
There can only be one Grrrig. It is true. But indeed, we are Nuuli Forged. We are a homebrew 5e D&D stream on the world of Nuuli, which is recovering from a 1,000-year magical apocalypse. So, all of that being said, let's dive right in to last time on Nuuli Forged. Our heroes reunited with the Turtle Cleric Spoot and met his traveling companion Nereus. After some brief catching up, Olive, Defect, and Spoot, through various magical means, all became eagles and flew them and their companions to the large broken tree and clearing that Olive had noticed within the heart of the Embering Elms. Crinkle, crinkle.
Sorry. I have a new.
There, they found the site of a massive ancient battle, furrows dug by huge claws, trees torn up by their roots and tossed aside, and the gargantuan broken oak tree itself. Upon investigating the broken tree, Spoot noticed that the patterns in the bark formed some kind of a face with a beard, which he and Paduk both realized marked this as an ancient shrine to the Oaken Father, a primal nature deity. While there, they also met an awakened fox named Lychee, the only living resident of the Embering Elms, who told them the tale of how the grove came to be, and how the undead red dragon Xinniandu the Ragefire is somehow bound to the region. Lychee told them of another strange tale of a group of would-be heroes who attempted to cleanse the forest themselves 80 years ago, and how one of them somehow managed not to rise up as one of these undead cinderfolk that plague the area. This intrigued the party, and they hazarded a guess that the artifact containing another fragment of the Null Shard might be responsible. And so they investigated, but found nothing save a severed hand that had been tattooed entirely black. Spoot recognized such a marking, and shared that he had seen people with such hands heading south towards Winton while on his travels. The Misfits then decided to investigate getting rid of the Ragefire in order to purify the grove and remove whatever curse is afflicting the Embering Elms. Olive, in her longer duration beast shape, chose to fly off and investigate herself, while the others ended up having a brief scuffle with some cinderfolk on their way out of the Embering Elms. Olive did her reconnaissance, eventually managing to return to the others at the cabin after taking a little break, and there is where we begin tonight's episode. Everyone meeting up at the hunting cabin, with Olive, boom, 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 knocking on the door and letting herself in.
I was about to yell, we don't want any.
No solicitors.
I already bought the Girl Scout cookies. Thank you.
You can never buy enough Girl Scout cookies.
I know, trust me.
Also true, yeah.
I haven't bought any in
Listen.
years. That's like a tragedy.
When I used to work at a Stop and Shop and they were outside for the whole season, every day.
Yeah.
Every day they took my money.
Those bastards.
Tanner, we got your Thin Mints. Fuck you. Here's $20.
Olive, you're still muted.
You're still muted.
You're still muted, Olive.
Sorry. So New York City uses the wrong bakery. There's 2 Girl Scout cookie bakeries, and I want the cookies from the other one.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh.
I know people who probably have the right hookup. But regardless, Olive, you have just banged on the door and walked through the hunting cabin.
Hey, all.
You're safe.
I am. I'm alive. I made it back. I flew and wow, I didn't take any notes about what I saw. So
It was all a blur. I was an eagle.
I'm assuming it was a giant crater.
Yes. I went and I saw the dragon is that away. And pretty far that away. Like further than y'all can fly in polymorph. Like 3 hours flying for me.
Well, it was 3 hours of flying from the little like 10-foot area that had that grass regrowth in the woods, or in the elms rather.
So how far from here?
So like 4 hours.
No, from here you probably would estimate it to be an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Did we do this?
Yeah. So originally you flew.
Because when I left, I flew for an hour. I
Yeah.
landed. I polymorphed. I flew for another hour, and then I had to land and rest to fly the rest of the way back here.
Well, here's what happened. So originally you flew north to the broken tree, which
Right.
was an hour, and then you walked 2 hours
Right.
east,
Right.
and then you had to fly 3 hours west to get to the dragon.
Right. But from the dragon, after
From-
I saw him,
Yes, from the dragon, you spent time like observing the area, and then you had about a half hour left on your flight, landed, repolymorphed, flew for the hour,
right,
got back.
landed outside the burning area.
Yeah.
But
And then you took a rest and flew another hour or so back to the cabin just now.
okay.
So it's like 2.5 hours?
So like 2.5. 2.5 to 3 hours. Yeah.
Something in that range, yeah.
Further than anyone can fly while polymorphed is really the important part.
And if we're gonna go fight it, we don't want to blow all of our magic on it.
Right. Yeah. It's further than one polymorph spell, and we don't want to blow all our spell slots before we get there.
So, 2.5 hours by flight. This is Tanner's thinking, so it's probably like if we want to double that for walking.
Well, the
More
giant
than that.
eagles fly really fast. Essentially, they fly about 20 to 30 miles an hour, depending on weather conditions.
Yeah.
And
the eagle flies 2.5 times as fast as Olive walks.
Yeah. And, you don't have to, like, hop over trees and stumps and rocks and stuff. So flying's much quicker and more direct.
So probably like a day's travel then.
It's probably closer to, like, 2 days. Like,
Okay.
like standard, like, comfortable marching in D&D is about 30 miles a day. But you can always move faster. You just may suffer exhaustion.
Right.
And it's much harder to hide your trail if you move faster.
Well, if anything, we can maybe travel by air half the way there. And then...
Yes. There's also while flying, we're not going to be attacked by undead flame.
Right.
It is getting easier.
That's good
What
to know,
is?
since you were carrying me.
What is flying or killing undead fire people?
Both.
Because Olive has carefully avoided all the undead fire people thus far.
They're not too bad. They're not too bad.
All I know is what Lychee and the squirrel told me about them.
Right. Well, you talk to animals a lot, don't you?
I do.
Interesting.
They know things sometimes. Sometimes they're just stupid, but sometimes they know things.
True. Do you guys have any food?
Yes.
We usually have some good Oh.
Aww.
Olive can make good berries.
Olive could make good berries if she prepared it.
You're gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, if I prepared it, although presumably we all still have one.
Oh, no, they only last for
No.
24 hours, and then they're dead.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been gone more than 24 hours.
Here, Spoot says, and he rummages around. I'm sure I've got some rations in here.
I've still got a bag of rice and 15 apples. They're very, very mushy apples.
You've probably got about 4 serviceable apples left.
Pass on the apples. Could I have the rice?
Sure, we can make some rice. And I've got some spices.
No, I don't need those.
Alright, fine. What else do I have? I have rations, and I have a chunk of sea monster that we probably don't want to eat.
That's probably so bad by now. Although we are in the cold mountains, so maybe it was partially refrigerated?
Yeah. But it's been a couple of days here, and
in the hot forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty gross.
That chunk of sea monster is starting to get a little grody.
Yep.
Oh. I think that just killed my appetite. I'm assuming Grrrig takes out their cauldron that they have in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Cooking cauldron.
Well,
Yeah,
there is a cooking cauldron
there is.
here. Like, it's part of the hearth. The hearth is also like a cooking area.
Yeah, this cabin is pretty well equipped.
It's got the
day
basics.
is it?
It's much it's much dark. It is late in the evening. It took Olive quite a while to get back, and she had to rest for an hour.
It is much dark. A mini moon.
Just 2 moon.
All right. Nereus is gonna put the rice in the cauldron, fill it with water, and then prestidigitation it and flavor it into curry.
Nice.
because
Fancy.
that spell is
Fancy, yeah.
ridiculously useful.
Mm-hmm.
It
Because
is.
you
I
can
just
cook
realized
things perfectly and flavor them however you want.
that's really nice. I just realized I thought I had create food or water still prepared from when Sweet was traveling, and I changed it last night.
That's all right. Created food tastes gross.
Eh.
It has no taste, I think, isn't it?
It's just kind of tasteless mush, but it's sustainable.
Presentation, that bitch.
But
They're
yeah,
MREs.
about 20 minutes later, you have a curried rice.
Amazing.
I said I can cook.
Paduk swoops
I
in.
mean,
Hey, this is pretty good. Where'd you learn to cook this? And he's like picking up like a few grains of rice at a time.
oh. Back home, there's a lot of different spices that come and go. My mom taught me how to make this, not by magic, but I use magic to cheat.
Oh. Well, where are you from?
That's a good question.
I was about to say, where is home now that you mention it?
Yeah, I just gotta make sure I'm saying it right. Where is home? I think it's Laurenton.
Laurenton. Yeah.
Laurenton. From Laurenton.
Laurenton, where's that?
It's on the complete opposite coast.
Then.
Swoot scribbles something down in his journal.
It's
Laurenton.
it's a bit of a port city.
I would like Olive and Defect to make history checks for me.
Yeah, I was going to say that's an important place, isn't it? There's something there.
Does sound important.
Just a second.
It's not one of the useful things I wrote down, and apparently Olive is shit at history, so meh.
Oh, defect!
Defect
Ooh.
with a
Natural
natural 20. Glorious. Bow, 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 bow. That's a crit.
Oh, that -1 is so funny.
Yeah, with that -1 too. It's awesome.
Defect.
Natural 19.
You don't know a lot about history, really,
Nope.
but you know what you've heard. And you've heard that name before. And you heard it from that elf dude in the tree. He said there was one of those artifacts there. One of those shard touch things. Some merchant or something had it. Like you're positive that you've heard it before.
Is that where Chelter Fallotter lives?
Helter Skelter?
I have written down that Chelter Fallotter has an ascot pin with a sway shard in it.
I mean, that's what Defect remembers.
So yeah, when I hear Laurenton, I'll be like, "Hey, no, Laurenton, wasn't that the place with the guy with the shard?"
Guy with the shot.
I don't remember hearing about this. Was this?
This is when you left us.
Yeah, you missed that.
Or,
Right,
well,
I know. I was sorry. I was actually.
He was role playing.
Oh. I thought you were
Sorry.
like trying to look back in your notes.
I don't change my voice enough anymore, so.
Yeah.
I got it.
I didn't write down Laurenton, but I did write down
Shelter.
Fallotter.
Yeah, Shelter Flotter, the merchants.
Apparently
Nereus, you can make a history check when they say that name. Or
There's a
Nereus,
lot of
sorry.
merchants.
You can actually.
18?
Oh, great. Yeah, that's
it's a
more than
nature
enough.
check.
Oh, I mean, it's the same modifier.
It's the same thing. All right.
Is
With an 18 history check, Nereus, you've heard this name before. A merchant named Fullarder is was very successful and actually worked with multiple neighborhoods in town, which was a little unusual,
Mm-hmm.
but not entirely unheard of. as a result, he was very rich, very successful, and had a lot of friends in a lot of places. However, in your last contact with your parents, you also know that he had been a victim of some sort of mugging.
Oh no.
Ah.
Because it like made the news because like everybody's buddy got robbed.
Right.
Did they steal his ascot pin?
I don't know. Maybe.
So that's what you know, Nereus.
Okay. I'll relay that. I don't know it was taken from him, but may well could be. I mean, I don't know why an ascot pin would be very like someone would want to take it.
Unless someone knew what they were looking for.
Yeah.
What were they
It would
looking
have been
for?
a jeweled ascot pin.
I don't know. People keep things in their family for years, and probably word gets around.
Are you mocking me?
No.
Looking at Olive.
Oh.
Not at all. It would have been a jeweled ascot pin. And
Say ascot
Yeah.
pin.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, when Olive says it again, like Defect's like, no, I heard it that time.
Yeah, I did. Are you mocking him?
No, I apparently just can't talk.
Where are you from, Olive?
The
Y'all
real
went to my
mystery
house.
begins.
Y'all been to my cave. No, she just can't say ascot with like a normal human being. is
Ascot
the
pin.
problem.
Well, I hope you can't say it like a normal human being. You're not human.
Fair.
Anyway, I mean, why would somebody want to take that? Is it valuable? I mean, it's nice, but I'm sure he has other things.
If it is what we suspect it is, it's probably the reason why he's friends with everybody.
Like a magic item? Because I mean, I have some of those, but I don't think they make me friends with everybody.
It depends on the magical item.
Yeah. I can't think of... Do I have any knowledge of anything that could do that kind of power? I am proficient in Arcana.
Make an Arcana check.
Or like, would I have noticed anything about his behavior that would have made him...
You didn't personally know him, you just knew who he was.
Okay. 21?
Very nice. Yeah, so with the 21 Arcana check, there are multiple magical items that can, like, up somebody's bearing, their charisma, their persuasion, make people think that they're friends. There are ways to manipulate mind and emotions via magical means. There are spells that do that, and some magical items can also achieve that.
Gotcha.
I imagine Grrrig is in the background just been like...
While eating the curry rice.
Yes.
Stop, not the sachet shard. I'm dead, that's what it's called now, canon.
I was just thinking that in my head by the time she typed it. I was like, perfect.
Oh, God in hell.
That is now what the shard is called. This is why the
Did you
DM
notice-
can't have nice things.
Did you notice anything about the way they walked?
Some of you have notes on
That
what the
walk.
shards do that might actually tell you what they are.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably in
If
Grrig's
any of you
notes.
ever wrote down notes and paid attention.
What are notes? I just rely on my dementia to bring me into each episode.
I have notes, they're just not necessarily in order.
Are you the first episode of The Witcher? First season?
Speak of the note taker.
Oh, here it comes.
I know Spoot's having a bit of a moral dilemma here.
Regarding what?
And we have an
doesn't-
amber. Hooray!
Hello.
Yeah, we got to stop drawing on Grig's face now.
Oh, you're awake.
Have some curry rice. It's delicious.
I opened Defect's pocket and shoved the Sharpie in it.
Now, Spoot has something he needs to tell the party, and you mentioned last time, but he is suddenly taking pause about whether or not it's wise to share it in front of Nereus. He doesn't necessarily have any reason to distrust Nereus, just that he
He also
doesn't
doesn't
know.
have any reason to trust him.
Yeah, he doesn't know Nereus. Nereus, sorry. Nereus?
Do you want me to step outside?
While we all work on talking like humans.
Nereus, I think I'm going to say something in front of you, and I just want you to understand that I do have a level of trust in you, at least trust that you're not a terrible person, and I will warn you if you continue with us that this information is not pretty, and it could lead us to into some very dangerous territory.
Well, I am very pretty, so I must step outside if you're going to share this news.
I mean, I won't stop you from doing that. I won't make you go outside either. But I do have a lot I need to tell my friends here about the journey I had and the information I uncovered.
I love a
Paduk
good
speaks
tale.
up. Well, if he said he's supposed to be with us, shouldn't he hear it?
Yes, I actually think that he should. I think perhaps there's a reason he is with us. I know that maybe not everyone in the party is comfortable with this, and I understand if we need to put this to a vote. But here it goes, and Spook puts on his reading glasses.
Is he still wearing the sombrero?
Yeah, of course. He only takes it off when he sleeps because he goes in the shell.
Right.
It's
He
a
puts
look.
it on top of his shell.
Yeah, so Spook will. I'm not going to read this all verbatim, but like Spook will basically go start to sort of recount his days immediately following meeting up with. Oh Jesus, where is his name?
Agarian.
Agarian, the fellow follower of Farlane that was sort of his ward. I don't know, for lack of a better term. Yeah, so together we found a ruin, and we went inside and discovered it was sort of a library. There were bookcases scattered about. Some rooms were completely destroyed, but there was enough there that we could spend most of the day searching and see what we could uncover. And what we uncovered was some more information about the shards and what each one does. I think some of this may be a bit of a repeat of some information that we've already gathered, but we discovered that there are the 7 shards, and their properties are as follows. The blood shard, which is red and has the ability to promote healing as well as to inflict pain. I think we're familiar with this. The mind shard, which is orange, has mastery over illusions, perception, and thought. It can also reveal deep truths. The sway shard, which you have just alluded to, Olive, yellow in color. The sachet shard, sorry, that's hard to say. The sachet shard.
I need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
At disadvantage.
Doesn't matter. You all take 4 psychic damage immediately.
Sorry. Yellow in color. It influences changes, dominance, adaptation, growth, or corruption. The surge shard is green and it possesses the ability to enhance and empower. The Purge Shard is blue, and it can restore or otherwise cleanse and reverse alterations. The Drain Shard is indigo, and can be used to absorb, capture, or contain. And the Null Shard is violet in color and has mastery over nullification. And then we learned there was an ancient society, I guess. Just stop me, DM, if I'm using like poor choice of words here. Society known as the Ibn or Iban. I don't really know how it's pronounced.
The Ibn Shade.
The Ibn.
Yeah, they were a. You could use society, but more of a not a culture, like a group, an organization.
Okay, gotcha. A group known as the Iban. Is that what we said? Iban.
Ibn.
Ibn.
Society in the sense of like a secret society, as opposed to like a village.
Known as the Masons. And just kidding. And they joined together with the purpose of learning more about the shards and trying to collect them. And we found some notes. This is where it gets a bit disturbing. Notes about an experimental ritual that they were trying to create. The purpose was to find a way to imbue the members of the group with powers of the shards. So in transferring, I guess, the power of the shard to the person instead. But it gets a little worse than that, I'm afraid. We kept digging, and by maybe divine intervention or pure luck, we found... Oh yeah, here's more information about the Iban. They were a globe-spanning brotherhood that actually assembled prior to the breakings of the shards. Yeah, so we learned that they perhaps had a sinister secret side, which was that they were trying to find a way. Let me get to the other notes here. Hang on, sorry. The ritual was they were trying to fuse many of their own minds together. Basically, they were, I think, sensed that they were or about to get wiped out from when the breaking happened, and decided that their only chance of survival was to try to chain a bunch of their own minds together into one entity, and then collect the shards to gain all of their powers. And from what we learned from some notes, some hastily scrawled notes, is that they apparently succeeded to a degree in this ritual. There was apparently some entity that did form together, although it seems not in a physical sense, and has the ability perhaps to possess and control the bodies of weak-minded people that they happen upon. Where they are hiding, I don't know, but I suppose it is it must be still a very real threat. I can't imagine something that powerful just disappearing, but perhaps has incredible patience, because I imagine time does not mean the same thing to them anymore. And the last that we saw in the note is that they were waiting for the day to get a new, stronger body, and then to go and find the rest of the shards that had been scattered. And I think shortly after that, we rediscovered the bone snake friend of ours that was also searching for some information. Hopefully they were unsuccessful, as I took the notes with me that I discovered in that ruin. And
So
fled.
basically, now we know why Bodo's looking for stuff. Because it didn't make sense before. How Bodo would know so much about the shards. But
And
maybe
they
he's
seem to
possessed.
know. They seem to know where to look, as is maybe evidence from the attack on the tower.
Yeah, Fluxus.
So not only is Bodo weak-minded and a jerk, but also possessed.
Maybe. Or just working for them.
I mean, if this Bodo knows where to look for the shards, maybe that's when the Ascot one that got stolen, possibly.
Possible.
But
I mean,
also,
he doesn't necessarily have to be possessed. He could just have been promised, money and power.
right, there's other deals people can strike.
Yeah.
No. I'm really digging this whole Bodo's weak-minded fool.
You must really hate this Bodo.
Yep.
He's kind of an ass, in fairness. He did set Grrrig on fire.
Call me. Yeah. It's just, it's a long history. Don't worry about it. Full of hatred. Gonna murder him someday.
Svu just sort of looks away.
Remind me not to get on Grig's bad side.
Oh, did you need to be reminded? Hi, this is Grrrig. You shouldn't get on their bad side.
They seem to hold a grudge.
Yeah. You could say that.
Well, I am tired. I'm going to turn in because we have a long day tomorrow. But eat the rest of the rice. Help yourselves. Amber, I made Neri's made curry rice.
Okay.
And he used magic to do it.
Yes. I mean, he used our mundane bag of rice, but he made it taste better with magic.
So it's not really curry rice.
No.
No, it is.
It is. It's just magically enhanced.
It's magically delicious.
Yeah. Nereus, one bookkeeping thing. I assume you can do the thing you do at will every time you need to.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just kind of permanently up.
All right, cool. That's what I figured. I just wanted to make sure. Cool. Well, that being said, you can all settle in. King Kazmazi, so happy you made it home safe. Thank you for sharing. You can all settle in, Shafe, for a long rest. And a long rest occurs. You're fine in the cabin. Nothing comes and destroys you or bothers you. Unless anybody wants to take care of anything else, that is.
Nope. Just got to do some spell management.
I do want to try something, I think, before I take a long rest.
Yeah, go for it.
But I think Spoot's just going to step outside for a moment for some, peace and quiet.
Yes, Boot. You step out of the cabin and close the door behind you. And look out into a dark forest in front of the cabin. You know the Embering Elms are about 200 or so feet on the back side of the cabin. But looking out from the porch, you see a peaceful wood and a few glimpses of a starry, slightly cloudy sky.
I just realized I don't have prepared what I wanted to try, but that's okay. We will still say that Spoot goes out for just a little to clear his mind,
You just
reflect.
finished a long rest. You can prepare things.
Right.
Yeah.
I was hoping to do it before the long rest, just for reasons to get that spell slot back. But that's okay. Spoot's been making a habit of meditating it in the evenings anyway, so he just felt the need to go outside and do it, and then he'll come back in a few minutes later and go to sleep.
Cool. Yeah, as you kind of take your time for private meditation, you realize this is the first real night that you've spent back with your friends in weeks, really. You were divinely,
months.
yeah, you were you were divinely inspired to head off and presumably find this stuff out, because you haven't felt an urge to continue your searching pattern since ending up with both Nereus and ultimately your friends. You haven't seen that cloaked wanderer, that cloaked path treader figure at all. And as you meditate on this and many other things, a sense of correctness fills your being, and you're pretty sure you're where you're supposed to be once again.
Good. I think on that feeling that Spoot is ready for some sleep.
Cool. You all settle in, take your long rest. Nereus, as you sleep, you have a dream. It's part dream, part memory. You remember being on a ship that was about to be capsized and using your powers to prevent that from happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then it shifts and changes, and the waves become tendrils or tentacles or something akin to that. And you see not just waves holding up the ship, but also these tendrils, as though you're calling on them as well. And it's a weird dream, but you have it. And then you awaken. Everybody wakes up. You've had a long rest. You can apply... you get back half your max hit dice. You get back all your spell slots, and you can do spell changes and sort out what you want to do on this glorious kind of early fall now day, actually.
All right.
Ooh, pumpkin spice season.
What is a pumpkin?
It's a gourd. It's like a
They-
squash. They're pretty
They
tasty.
They came into port every now and then.
They're pretty
They're
tasty.
ships?
We brew them.
No, they came in on ships.
Well, now I have to make a society that calls a class of ships pumpkins. Thank you so much.
Yes!
It's just a big squash. They're tasty. I don't know why. I mean, you want to put spices in them to make them taste like something, but I wouldn't call anything pumpkin.
Why did my mind just imagine Veggie Tales?
Because you're a horrible, sinful person. I don't know.
Has anyone
I know
seen
nothing
My Water
about
Buffalo?
VeggieTales. They're like the Christian cucumber, right? Like that's VeggieTales, or is that something else?
I mean, yes. Larry, the
Yes,
cucumber,
Larry and Bob.
and Bob, the tomato.
Great. Glad we went on
Larry
this discussion.
And Larry sings silly songs, and silly songs like... I'm gonna stop.
The bunny.
I'm happy
Oh.
to say I've never seen VeggieTales.
I love the bunny.
There's nothing wrong with... Well, there's something wrong with the creators of VeggieTales. The content was great.
Wouldn't know, never saw it. So,
Yeah.
you all get a long rest in and can set about your day, making plans. What are you going to do?
All right, friends.
Yes?
How do we want to travel? Flying is faster, uses up a lot of spell slots.
Well,
I think it was
imagine-
mentioned to fly halfway there.
We could fly
Alright,
part
right,
way.
Nereus?
or at least like a little most of the way, and then we can rest or something.
Yeah, we can fly part way.
Because 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So we can either fly twice, or
can't-
fly once and take maybe a day off of walking.
And the goal is the dragon.
Yes.
Right.
That means spending a night within the Embering Elms.
I mean, you all already fought the dragon. What's it? 2. What's another one?
Dragons.
This is a big and undead dragon.
The other ones weren't big.
No, there was a baby. The white one was just a
No,
baby.
they're huge.
I wasn't there
He's
for the
being
second
humble.
dragon.
I wasn't there for the first
was
one.
the first one was sizable.
Olive wasn't there for the first one because, well, she wasn't with you yet.
I don't think Nearest has ever seen a dragon, so he's excited.
Excited is Nearest's reaction.
Awesome.
What's the worst that can happen?
He kills
I
us
can
all.
tell you, it's really gruesome, actually.
It kills us all. Horribly, painfully.
That's a great, optimistic view of things.
You asked what the worst could happen was. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I mean, you're-
pretty pragmatic.
That's fair. I mean, you're a druid, though. Don't you want to save the forest?
I do want to save the forest.
You're not a druid, I am. I would like to save the forest, but also, the trees are still alive. They're just in horrible pain all the time.
Wouldn't you want to end that?
The
I mean, you
trees are
kind of
still
tried.
alive.
You just tried to kill that one, so.
Wouldn't it be better if they were
I tried
dead?
to reduce its pain. I just did a terrible job of it.
It's so funny.
Utter failure. Miserable, miserable failure.
What could go wrong?
Well, shall we fly?
Spoot
Sure.
lets out a nearly inaudible sigh.
All right. Yes, we shall fly.
Okay. You go outside, perform your magical feats. Both Olive and Nereus can mark off a polymorph spell slot, as Spoot and Defect are polymorphed into giant eagles. Defect grabs Grrrig. Olive beast wild shapes into a giant eagle, flies off, grabs Nereus, and Spoot flies up after them. Unless Spoot wants to carry Nereus, that's amongst your all.
It is whatever Nereus is comfortable with.
Whoever scoops him up first.
Great. So you are all flying in the direction that you remember roughly the dragon to reside. Olive. Below you, you see the flames and embers and wisps of smoke that are perpetual here in the Embering Elms. Rising up above you. You're flying a couple hundred feet in the air to avoid most of the heavy smoke, so that's not as difficult to breathe up here.
Accurate.
But yeah, after an hour or so, you feel your spell beginning to wane, both you and Nereus.
All right.
Got a couple minutes left.
I'm curious. Is it windy a couple hundred feet up in the air?
Yeah.
Because I can control the wind, and if I can, I would like to make it tailwind.
Yeah, you can do that.
If we can speed things up a little bit.
Yeah. Is this... Which ability is this?
It's that one ability.
You know, that one that makes things faster.
And also Curry.
Heart of the not heart of Storm Guide. If it's windy, you can use a bonus action each round. I mean, I would have to keep redoing it. I wouldn't want to make myself tired, but I can in a
Every
100-foot
6 seconds.
radius kind of push the wind in whatever direction I want.
Sure, yeah, you can do this a couple times. It helps a little bit, but not because you can't like perpetually sustain it.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of like the rain one where it's just permanent.
No.
Like it's a little bit more powerful version of like the gust cantrip, essentially, is what it is. But it helps at times a little bit, and it definitely helps clear vision and stuff, so that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually you've got about like 2 minutes before your spells drop at this point.
Time to land, boys.
Mayday, mayday.
Going down.
Looking for a relatively safe place to land.
Yeah. You can make a perception check at advantage as a giant eagle.
26.
Yep, there's a clearing ahead of you that seems clear of cinder folk.
Over there.
You land, releasing your various precious cargoes. Paduk flies out of Grrig's blanket, where he has been holding on. And you all, or the two polymorphed individuals, morph back into their true forms of Defect and Spoot. And Olive, are you unwild shaping?
Yet.
Not
Do
yet.
we?
Olive is going to land and stay an eagle for a few minutes.
Okay.
Just
Do we-
because while we're here getting our bearings, she wants to keep an eye on
Cool. So
what's going around.
are you staying on the ground or are you
Yes.
flying up?
Yeah, I'm going to land.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Put Nereus down gently.
Yeah.
And
So
just
go ahead, give me another perception check. It's going to be a straight roll though, because there is much more smoke here, and it limits the field of vision. Oh, yeah. On a natural one, you don't notice anything.
Yep. Can't see a damn thing.
Yep. Cinder
eyes
kind of
fall
a little bit of ash gets in your eagle eye, and it's like, ah.
Yep, can't see a damn thing.
Do we want to fly again a little closer, or do we just want to hoof it from here?
Okay with hoofing it.
Olive will drop eagle, having just wanted to stay eagle long enough basically to look around, and since she looked around didn't see a damn thing, she's going to stop being an eagle.
Yeah.
You could scout ahead.
And in
While
this hour, you have covered essentially more or less a day's worth of travel, so it's pretty good.
Wow. All right, this eagle business is not so bad.
No, it's really good.
No, it's really convenient actually.
Yeah.
I on the topic of continuing to be eagles, we can do it again, but that means arriving in battle with only 2 high-level spell slots and no wild shape for me.
I mean, we don't have to fly straight into the fight. We can go.
No.
And and just to be clear, like you'd still be like about half a day away.
Oh. Right, because it was 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So we can fly closer. That would mean spending 1 night in the Embering Elms instead of 2, which seems like it might be worth it.
Right, we can fly a little bit closer, maybe get a bit of a look, and then, try to find somewhere to set up camp that seems safe.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know what's going to be safe near the dragon.
I mean, safe is a relative term. We're not going to camp in the dragon's lair.
No.
You all hear a snap of a twig.
Cool.
Kind of north of your direction. And you all turn and look, and you see a single figure kind of pull behind a charred tree trunk.
Hello?
Hello?
Who's that?
Hello?
Humanoid figure?
It was very quick, hard to tell.
Okay.
Are you a cinder folk?
What? No.
One of the flaming people?
No.
I think the flaming people talked.
I don't know.
It's okay. You can come out. We're not going to harm you. We're just traveling.
I mean, unless you harm us. Then we'll harm you.
In which case, we're very scary and powerful.
These things are
Be-
true, but
behind-
it's okay.
From behind the tree, you see a half-elven head kind of pop out. So who are you?
Who are you?
You're the big group in the woods. You tell me first.
We're the Misfits. Who are
You're
you?
the one sneaking.
I'm the one alone.
You don't have to be. You can come out and speak to us.
Make a persuasion check. Okay.
Oh.
Wait.
It's rolling
it.
twice.
With a 7. I'm okay here for the moment.
That's fair.
We're just pressing north. We're not going to fight you if that's why you're hiding.
Yeah, we're just passing through, honestly. We're trying to get north of here. And,
Why are you going north?
To kill a
Just
dragon.
Yeah.
I love that Grrrig goes immediately from like, we don't know
Yeah.
who you are. We're not going to trust you to kill it.
Just because I'm saying we're gonna kill a dragon doesn't mean I trust him. It means that
That's-
we're badass.
You're gonna
That's
kill a
true.
dragon. There's a dragon.
Give it up, best shot. Yeah, apparently an undead one.
It seems to
Really?
be responsible for the state of the forest here. We think.
yeah, it's a fiery dragon.
She steps out from behind the tree, and she's got like kind of dark brown hair, kind of paler, slightly paler, reddy skin, kind of short bob with her hair. She's wearing leather armor. Well, if you are gonna fight a dragon, you're gonna need me.
Oh, are we now? Why is
You-
that?
you're
Dragons are
throwing
powerful,
dragons
so... Well, if dragons are tough, so the more hands, the better, right? Isn't that how that works?
Well, there is
no,
that.
you're not wrong. Why would you want to fight a dragon? Are you...
Well, I wouldn't fight one alone, but if there's 5 tough people going up against one, being along for the rides...
Have you
Um,
seen a dragon?
Have I what?
Have you ever seen a dragon?
Ha! No.
Cool.
What are you doing here?
It's a good question.
If it's not to kill the dragon on your own, why are you here?
Well, I didn't know there was a dragon. I'm making a name for myself.
I see.
we understand.
So making a name for yourself is going
have
to
names.
a burning forest looking to do what?
Well, I know there are fire people here and that they hurt people, so I figured I would, take some out.
So you're here to
That's
kill
very-
fire people.
The thing is, they come back once you kill them, unless we kill the dragon.
We think.
We think.
Well, how was I supposed to know that?
I mean, do your
Did you
research.
talk to the fox?
What fox?
Exactly.
Ugh.
You're a
Yeah.
very strange group of people, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why we call ourselves the Misfits, I think.
Well, you all are the misfits. I'm just along for the ride.
See, we already have someone along for the ride.
So this works
Also,
out.
he's kind of strange too.
Yeah.
I resent that statement.
You mean to say represent?
Defect's out. So there's a new slot in our party.
Oh no, poor Mike.
No, I think his Wi-Fi signal cut out. I can see Defect looks like he's rebooting.
I think
He
it's
does
pronounced.
that from time to
I think it's
time.
pronounced Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
No, Wi-Fi. That's how you say it.
He's back with a goofy smile. It's all good.
Hold on, I think that sounds like dial-up.
Anyway, so this half-elven woman
Mhm.
begins to like slowly approach you, kind of sizing you all up.
But does this person seem on point?
I think
Insight check.
I think he's. I better say. I think he's asking me to insight check. Insight check. Narius on asking me to. No, I'm just kidding.
Listen, I am not wisdom-based anymore. That is
Ah.
all you, boo-boo.
I would like to insight check actually.
Yeah, you
I
can
was
make
trying
an
to
Yeah.
remember.
you can make an insight check
Can I
on.
give this person a look-see?
Yeah, I was trying to look at what my passive insight was to see if we had been talking to them long enough to determine anything.
I think we want Paduk to go talk to this person.
Paduk can do heart sense or something like that.
How about a dirty 20?
So, Spoot, you look at this individual and like they've got soot on, she's got soot on her face. She's obviously been in here a while. I mean, she's like a day into this place, like, and she's still alive, so that's a good sign. But like her armor is like ashy and soot covered. She has the bearing of someone who knows how to handle her weapons, and you can see 2 short swords at her side, as well as like a crossbow on her back.
I must say, it does look like you know how to handle yourself. It's obviously not your first day in the forest.
Does her leather look like she's been using it?
You say, does her mother look like she's
Her armor.
Yeah,
like,
her armor is covered with ash and soot.
Right, but is it like worn under the ash and soot? I mean, everything here is covered in ash and soot.
Yeah, like, I mean, she has the bearing of someone who knows what she's doing. It's not like really, it's not extremely damaged, but that could be just because she does appear to be lithe and nimble.
Yes, much like I am.
Yes, that's
the
definitely
nimblest of turtles.
how I would describe any turtle.
Lithe. Okay. I suppose that you make a very good point. I mean, if we are going to in
What's
fact
in it
kill
for
the dragon.
you, though?
Well,
Fortune.
when the story of defeating this dragon of fire in the middle of the fire forest gets out, my name gets attached to it.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna be attached to the Misfits after that.
Is that a good thing? Do I want that?
I mean, it's not a
Unclear.
bad thing.
seems debatable.
Feels like cheating.
Well, I'm
You
not.
had to put work in. You're just gonna come and tag along, and you think you can ride our tails?
Well, I'm
I
gonna
must
make.
say-
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna make your life easier. I'm good with my swords.
I must say, I'm a little less interested in the fame and fortune aspect of defeating a dragon. More that it could help this forest and the surrounding area. But I suppose,
I know, but if
The
you're
trees
gonna
are
do
all in
something, you
terrible
better get
agony.
something out of it.
I mean, I suppose I shouldn't turn down free help just because someone's intentions are different.
Also, we don't have a bard with us, so I hope you're planning to write that song yourself.
I'm not writing a
I
song.
told you I sing and dance.
Oh, if you're a bard, that's going to be great.
Well, I mean, just looking at you all, it looks like you've got a big guy with an axe. You've got a small goblin with a blanket, and a half orc with a stick, and
That's a
a
fair assessment.
human
It's a very
with
fancy stick.
a fancy hat and a clean. How is your coat clean? And I don't really know what you are, Mr. Turtle Fellow, but you look tough.
It's a very fancy stick, and I also have a sword on my back.
See?
Scimitar goes on the hip.
I'm a turtle. I realize that not many of us make it up this way.
Well, it's
Well-
nice to meet you.
Well, you as well. What did you say your name was?
I hadn't, but it's Ava.
Hi, Ava.
Nice
Hi.
to meet you,
Welcome to
Potato.
Hi. Thanks. Anyway,
spooked,
I'm
by
good
the
with
way.
I'm good with my swords, and she pulls out her 2 swords and kind of does a little like thing, and then puts the swords back in.
Are we impressed?
Yeah,
Spook
it
looks
was-
the defect.
It was a good display of martial prowess.
Does it get the defect nod of approval?
I think Defect's frozen again.
Oh, no.
I think the defect is frozen again. Actually, I was like, wow, he has been unflinching this entire time,
Oh
just
no!
sizing her up.
Oh no, I hear that dial-up signal again.
What
Yeah,
is
he's just
that?
rebooting. It's fine.
So, Paduke is actually not invisible at this moment. And she goes, "Oh, and you have a small little fairy friend. I'm a sprite, not a fairy. Oops, sorry, I haven't met anyone like you before."
Hey, you any insight on this nice young lady?
Make an insight check for Paduke.
Do we want to leave this person on the ground and fly off?
That seems a bit rude, doesn't it? Are we openly whispering in front of them?
Y'all
Should we
don't
do
know
a
it.
huddle?
Wait, Mike's back.
My back, what's going on?
Oh God, your
maybe
internet
Mike's not back.
your internet is chewing you up, dude.
All right, hold on.
Paduke is gonna should go touch her.
Paduke flies over to approach her to touch her, and she's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, no touchy. I don't like being touched."
That was it? The end of that?
Yeah, Paduke stops. He's not going to touch someone who obviously does not want to be touched.
Very good, Paduke.
All right. I'll insight check because that'll clearly lead to something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you insight checker, and with a 3, she does not like to be touched by people.
I know everyone doesn't know
It's
this, so
not
this is a
people.
bit of metagaming, but my insight check basically just returned information that she looks like she can survive.
Right.
Yeah, you sense no like deception or lies from her.
Right, she just seems like an adventurer, like we are.
Do we want to feel responsible for her dying from a dragon, though?
Oh, well, I didn't until
Well,
you said
no,
that, thank you.
I won't feel responsible.
I would feel a bit guilty.
Look, I can help. I can take care of myself. Sorry, that was Paduke's voice. I can help. I can take care of myself.
We know you can, Paduke.
I mean, she's here with us. She's already here. She's gonna get, does it make much difference if she gets killed with us or by herself?
Well, it'd probably be harder for me to get killed if I'm with a group, right?
That is true, and I think it will help us if we're going to do...
I don't know, does survival go up with you guys, or does it go down?
We're about 50-50. Only lost one person twice.
Grrrig says with, like, complete deadpan. It's about half and half.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Holy shit.
Oh, finally
Oh
lost.
my god.
Lost Mike for good.
I
Oh,
need to find out what internet Mike has, because this is unacceptable.
It's terrible. You don't want it.
I think it's the building, because he has the same service I do.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't
Yeah,
know.
my last building, the signal coming into my building kept getting caught in the door, and that caused it to go out frequently.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were going to fly, weren't we? Well,
We have 3 people that are
we've
eagles.
got 3 eagles. We can carry 3 people. How do you feel about being flown?
I've never done it before.
Well,
You can either fly and come with us, or
Or
you're
walk.
gonna be carried by an eagle.
Well,
Oh,
if you're going, I'm not afraid. I've just never done it.
I mean, you basically don't have to do anything other than not throw up on your eagle.
Or yourself.
Well, I can
And
do
even
that.
that's questionable. I mean,
You can be like Grrrig and scream until you pass out.
I mean, I'm used to it now. It's not a thing anymore.
it's a fairly
Oh, okay.
passive. It does not require any skill from you, but it will involve you being touched. I'm sorry to say.
Well, I mean, if I have to hold on to an eagle, that's different than somebody coming putting their hand on me.
The eagle's just going to grab you in their talons. We don't have we don't have eagle saddles.
Oh, that'd be a fun idea, though.
I can't hold on to the back around the neck or something.
No, that'll no,
Can I
that'll-
polymorph someone into an eagle with a saddle, or is that not a thing?
No, that is not how it
No.
works.
Damn. I was like, wait. Can I
Nah,
do this and I
you're-
didn't know the whole time?
No, your gear either gets absorbed or gets dropped. There's no
Right. Okay. Well, I
There's
didn't
no
know if like I
technical-
could make it an eagle with a saddle as the transformation.
no.
It's a mutated eagle with a saddle of
Yeah.
their.
Anything they're carrying melds into their new form, and they can't use anything.
Well, there goes that idea.
Yep.
No, you're picked up in the talon. That's the only choice you have, or you can
Walk.
walk.
Well, okay, that's fine.
We'll be gentle with you. I mean, it's not. We've been doing this for a few weeks now. We've been traveling this way for quite some time, and it saves a ton of time in walking.
I bet.
Well, we're burning forest light. Shall we go?
Sure.
I'm assuming we can always see in this forest because it's always on fire.
Yeah, it's kind of got perpetual dim light, or at least little areas of dim light that kind of make it. But
Right.
but it's also like an hour after you left, so it's like 10 a.m.
Right. I was
Yeah.
going to say, it's the middle of the morning.
I'm just saying,
Especially-
even at night, I don't feel like it gets like dark.
No,
No,
it doesn't
the-
get. It never
the fact is
gets
that we're gonna-
super dark.
We're going to land the second time, and then our half day of walking is going to get us there at bedtime. Is basically the catch right now.
Yep.
So we're gonna. So yeah, so we're gonna fly again, and then and then while we in our half day of walking, we're gonna have to spend that most of that time looking for a safe place to hole up for the night.
Cool.
All right. Casting polymorph on defect, who is not here to protest.
Yeah, he's used to the rigmarole.
And
He grabs Grrrig. Olive, you grab Nereus. Spoot, I guess you grab Ava.
Sure.
gently.
Sure. She kind of like seems a little leery at first, but then she kind of accepts it and lets you grab her by the shoulders, and away you go.
Up and away.
Yeah. So as you fly, you see in the distance a larger kind of like double mounded area that you are approaching steadily. And you notice that like as you get closer to where you're going, the like embers are more like actual flames, and slowly the closer and closer you get, like trees are like actually like perpetually burning as opposed to just smoldering. And after about most of an hour, the trees below are like burning. Or
Well, screech
some
to the-
some are burning, some are smoldering still, but like it's getting more of like forest
More
fire vibes.
Is there anywhere safe to sit down?
I'm gonna scream to my fellow eagles. We're getting closer. Keep an eye out for a safe place to land.
Yeah, you can make perception checks at advantage. Those who are eagles.
You get a +8 to perception, Matt, as an eagle, and advantage.
Whoa.
And advantage.
I want to roll one more time just for fun.
Yeah.
It's eerily similar.
Yeah. So, and that's +3 because
Plus another 3, yeah.
you do it as the eagle.
'Cause the eagle gets the +8.
So with a 24 and a 26, you easily can find a spot to land. Like as you've been flying, you've been flying over like roving bands of humanoids and stuff under you, but you rolled high enough that you find a place to at least land that is not close to those things.
Okay, call out, follow me. Ah.
And you feel Ava in your talons just kind of like grip tighter, like as you like dive bomb in. She's like, "Oh God!"
As you screech and then dive in.
My landings are a little rough, you know.
Oh no!
You
Working on
can't
it.
talk to her. She doesn't speak. As far as you know, she doesn't speak Giant Eagle.
No,
Just
Yeah.
probably
like
not.
squawking at her.
She seems to have
Like, I
enough
can't
control of her like personage that she does not like freak out and like start screaming, but like you feel like a grip here and there.
While I would like to think his Spoot is being a tad bit more mindful than I am, I'm gonna impart one of my flaws on Spoot now, which is that when he's trying to do something he's not done before, not good at, his mindfulness goes out the window. So instead of thinking, "Oh, I have a passenger who doesn't know what the fuck's going on," he just starts to descend.
And poof, you land in this area, deposit your people. Paduk flies out of Grig's blanket, and you all return to form, or at least the polymorph people do.
Again, Olive will just take a quick look around and just do like a last.
Yep, it's a straight roll here. So
That's 27.
yeah, you landed in a good spot. There's no nothing around you here,
Cool.
and it's about midday. So
Great.
a little before midday, late morning.
Great. So land, and I will drop Eagle so that we can converse.
Yeah.
Do I have a sense of how close we are to our destination?
Having been there and
Yeah.
and the perception checks that you have as an eagle and the height that you have, you know, like you're getting in the right area. The intensity of like the flames kind of hints to that anyway. But you're probably, 4 to 6 hours ish away, maybe a little more.
All right, friends. So here's the deal. We've got about 6 hours of walking to do, which if we make all haste in that direction is going to land us there as it gets dark, which seems not ideal.
Well, I wasn't hoping to fight it today. I want all
Right.
of my spells.
Yes, I agree with you. I also think that the closer we get, the harder it's going to be to find a safe place to stop.
Well, I would say maybe we walk a little bit closer.
Totally. Like we can certainly make some progress, but we should all sort of be hyper aware of looking for, some place with cover.
Right. Jared, is it feeling hotter?
It does feel hotter, yeah.
Great. Ugh.
Like it felt in the like about 90 degrees or so around the edges where you've been, but here it's at least 100, if not 110. Like it's warm.
We're taking that jacket off, and putting that in the backpack.
Definitely not wearing the cold weather gear.
Yeah, definitely don't need to. But yeah, you are all able to do that easily enough. And so you're going to travel a bit and try to find a place to camp, or you're camping here? I just want to...
We're traveling and looking for something, at least some place that we can put the tent against. A rock or something that's not on fire.
I think we try to get 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm just going to tell you everything's on fire or whatever. And it's not like a rock heavy area.
Fair.
So finding a place to set the tent might be a little tricky.
Yeah, we don't need to sit
And the forest being the level of fire it may also be tricky in that regard.
Right.
But yeah, you can travel on. I would like, if you want to be stealthy about it, you can make stealth checks. If you want to like try to not leave tracks, that could be a survival check from someone who's proficient in it. Or you can also try to use a survival check to like try to figure out based on like topography or whatever, find place to hold up.
Gosh, actually, that makes me think of something. Give me one sec.
And like, are you going to like, given that you think you're between 4 and 6-ish hours away, are you going to travel for 3 hours? Or are you going to travel for 4 and see where you get?
I think we're going to travel for 2 to 3 and then make a
Try to find
judgment.
someplace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you said 6, so I would say, I mean, yeah,
Maybe like 5 hours.
Let's get as close as possible. Let's go
Yeah.
4 hours and get as close as possible.
Right. I think we want to keep track of, as it's getting worse. We don't want to surprise walk upon, like we don't want to walk into the mound clearing.
Question.
Yep.
Would determining something based on topography be something you could use cartographers' tools for? Or am I stretching?
They would give you advantage on the check if you are, if you have the proficiency.
So if I used one of my channel divinities to be proficient with something for 10 minutes, and that something was cartographer's tools, then I could get advantage on a survival check? Is that where I follow?
Yeah, it would be the advantage on the survival check to try to find a place to hold up.
I'd like to do that.
Okay.
When we get to the holding up.
Do it later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just remember that you have that in mind.
Yeah. All right, so I think we are going forward and we are attempting to, I guess it would be stealth to avoid flame people, and
Yep. Cool. So
I'm not very good at stealth. I'm pretty good at survival.
Yeah. So
I'm not stealthy.
You can all get ready to do that. We're actually due for our break, so we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and then we will be back and see how our friends do on their adventures through the Embering Elms. So we'll be back in 5 minutes, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Hope you're having a good time, and we'll see you in 5. Hello, everyone. We are back. Thank you for sticking with us here on Newly Forged. Unfortunately, Mike has encountered some technical difficulties with his internet provider, which sucks and blows, and we all know how that goes. So hopefully he will be back. But that's where we are with Defect.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, everyone has decided that they are going to trek forward for about 4 or 5 hours, see where they end up, try to be stealthy about it.
And try to find a place to
hold up for the night, which may be tricky.
Yeah, that was my worry about this whole trip.
Yeah, because you are also like encroaching upon a dragon's holding, so.
Yeah, which I don't know if we know, but I know that's bad.
Depends on the dragon, but could
Olive
be bad.
has flown over it and is pretty darn sure it's bad.
Yeah.
And yet here we are, and I don't know why in the morning I didn't use that spell I was going to use, but it's okay.
Cool. So, you can all make a quick stealth check if you want to try to move stealthily through all this.
Oh boy.
Including Paduk, because he's included in this.
Yeah, I have Paduk's thing open.
Cool.
Well, he's pretty stealthy.
He's a small little guy, so... and he goes invisible, so he has advantage on the check anyway.
Sure.
So yeah, 29. Paduk is invisible.
Yeah, he's real stealthy.
I'm going to definitely give myself guidance on this.
Defect rolls an 8. Spoot has a 15, and you're giving yourself guidance.
Yeah.
So that's a 16.
Yay, guidance.
Pretty good for a turtle, though.
Cool.
Honestly, next character is going to have to be a monk turtle with an emphasis on stealth.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Then he can be a ninja.
Your companion Ava seems to do more or less the same ability of stealthing as you all do. She seems pretty quiet. Defect kind of crunches a few things as you go. It's, you're walking over like charred trees. It's hard to be stealthy here. Plus your vision, like all your perception checks on the ground are made a disadvantage at this point, just FYI, because all the smoke and haze and fire.
Mm-hmm. But it's also not a quiet forest if it's crackling and...
No, it is not a quiet forest, so that is working in your favor to a degree.
Is Mike's internet still out?
Yes.
Yes. He's having service provider issues, which is super annoying. But Nearest, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Oh shit. No. I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to reroll that.
Okay.
Wow.
Nearest walks right into a tree.
Fuck!
Okay. So
That's even worse.
with a 3 reroll to with a 4 reroll to a 3 for a natural 1.
Nearest walks right into
You're all just plodding along. Nereus, you are very disorientated by all the fire and all the smoke and haze. It's really making visibility difficult, and you kind of lag behind a little bit. And like you're just calling out, like where did everybody go? So the stealth is not as stealthy as it could be, but it is, as Olive pointed out, like more flames and fire, so there is like crackling and stuff anymore. But yeah, it's also like 100 and something degrees, and it's gross, so there's that going on.
I'm very tempted.
What is y'all's marching order, by the way?
I guess Olive's leading the way since she knows where we're going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Olive in the lead. And then presumably defect.
Yeah, I'm probably me.
Cool.
And then me and Nereus.
Cool.
And Ada, what the hell's her name again?
Ava.
Maybe I should write her name down.
Yeah, Ava's walking alongside Grrrig, I suppose. Kind of keeping an eye on like that side of the things. Paduk is probably fluttering alongside next to probably next to Spoot to kind of like get to know you a little bit. Even though you can't see him, you are hearing the occasional question kind of in Paduk's voice.
He's chatty.
Very quietly, kind of whispering in your ear.
I guess yeah, we haven't had time to catch up, so.
Yeah, so he's just, chatting away. He's a little chatterbox of a fella.
Yeah, he's chatty, and he's never been outside the causeway till now, or the Glen, or something like that. He's on an adventure.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. So, you're all trekking through, trying to be quiet. It's not going super well. You're like avoiding these like gouts of like flame that are like on things. So it's not a straight march. Like you got to curve and swirl around like walls of fire and all this other stuff. Everybody go ahead. Give me perception checks at disadvantage.
Perception?
Yep.
Murmur.
So
I
what?
forgot to roll at disadvantage.
So what did everybody get?
11.
The same thing.
8.
Okay. 11, 8,
3.
3 for Grrrig. Okay. Yeah. So you are all walking along.
11 for Paduk.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So you're all walking along, and you don't even notice it until it's too late. But two large forms step out of these walls of fire, and they are as tall as an ogre. Oh, it looks like we have.
Yeah.
We have
Ooh,
some.
was it just me? No
Yeah.
one else had a power outage?
No,
Nope.
we
That's
were all
my house.
frozen. All of us.
It was
What
just
happened?
you, man.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. I hope it works now. It should be okay. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's okay. You're
Yeah,
back. That's what
but
Yeah,
matters.
you were just happened upon by some flaming ogres.
Hey,
Just in
in
time.
time.
Yeah.
Right? Just in time.
So-
Perfect.
So they walk out of these walls of fire, kind of very close to you all, just.
Sorry.
And you see that they are like as tall as ogres or maybe small like hill giant size. They're big creatures. They're large. But something you notice about them, their arms have either their hands have been like folded together like claws, or their wrists have been cut off and their bones have been sharpened to sharp pointy things. So they don't have hands. They have like pointy spikes at the end of their arms.
Bringing back traumatic memories.
Yeah.
Um,
Didn't the bad hug people have pointy arms?
Right?
no, they just had really long arms. They did have actually pointy arms, but they were much different looking.
Okay.
Uh,
Are these things on fire?
You were short.
They are. They have like big gouts of fire and flame and embers kind of pooling out from like their shoulders. And Nereus, you turn and look around because like, oh, maybe I can get up that way. And another one is like approaching you from behind, and you hear a burr
Ah,
as you look off to a side, and you see another one step off of or through a fire wall, and it's humanoid size and shape, but it's got a big long halberd with it.
Oh.
So I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Cool.
Can we
To
roll
be
the?
clear, do these seem like cinder folk things or something else?
Those of you who have encountered Cinderfolk will recognize that they share a lot of similar qualities
Okay.
to the Cinderfolk.
Natural 20.
Glorious. I love that.
Oh, me and Defect.
You're all going first. Everyone goes first.
No, Olive
No,
rolled an 8.
I don't go.
Olive rolled a
Wow.
9.
I don't actually like going in the middle. That's weird for me. Actually, it's really curious. Who has the
Ooh.
higher dexterity between the
I'm gonna
Tin
guess
Man
Sirius.
and the Sorcerer?
That's both the same. We all both have a +2.
What
No.
goes next, then?
Oh, okay.
Rollies!
Arm wrestle.
Oh no, you don't know how that's gonna go. Tell the enemy,
Interesting.
hold on, we gotta decide who goes first.
Oh, I have a 12, but I didn't select my
Both of
token.
you just roll a d20, and that's what I'll do here.
All right,
So
Darius is going first.
so what did we go here? What did we get?
17.
You got 3. You got 17.
All right, so Nereus will go first, then Defect, Ava.
Oh, I failed to select Paduk's token, but he got a
I
9.
rolled a 12. I didn't select my token. Do you want me to re-roll as punishment?
I've got a 6 from Spoot. Is that not accurate?
This is 12.
It says 12.
It is a 12.
Where did you get a 6 from?
That's
That's a very good question.
That's what showed up on the tracker.
I
What
actually rolled a
what did Grrrig get?
7. It's in the tracker.
Okay, weird. I'm just having multiple things show up.
I'm actually okay with a 6. I like going last. It makes me feel better.
So Spoot had a 12. What did Paduk have?
9.
The healer waiting for everybody to get fucked up.
9.
I got a new spell.
And he has a higher dexterity than I do, so he goes ahead of me.
Also, we need to do
Great.
some shopping for some components because a lot of my spells are way expensive.
Cool. All right. So here we go. Let's bring you all over to the battle map. Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, battle map. Hey, battle map. Oh, God.
Yeah. Hey, welcome in, G. Ryan. Just in time for some battle action. All right, here we go. At the start of the round, we have Nereus on top.
Is that Ava next to Grrrig? Or
Yes,
is that
this
another
this
person?
this is Ava.
Okay.
She is friend. Do not attack.
She's
Yes.
she's duly
She
short
has
sword.
the same. She
Yes.
has the same aura as the Cinder people.
You
Uh-oh.
well, they just have
Token
it's
circle.
just the token frame.
Yeah.
That's all.
Inside
Yeah.
check on token
So
frame.
these are the big honking dudes.
Yeah.
See how their arms are kind of spiky,
Yeah.
and then this guy with the halberd over here is also
Oh.
very flamey.
Does he have the wolf or no?
He does not have the wolf. That would be really cool, but he
Okay.
does not.
Okay.
Okay. No
That
flaming
would be
wolf.
really fucked up.
No.
Just flaming skeleton dude. With
Yeah, remember
blood.
there is no animal life here, so he does not have the wolf. That's just art.
Yeah.
That I repurposed.
Except for
this.
Lychee.
Yes, Lychee is the sole animal life form in this area. So yeah.
All
Cool.
right.
So Nereus, you are up first.
Question. How densely on fire is the canopy, or is it spread out kind of just how it is now?
It's more or less how it is now. Like there are trees that are on fire. You know,
Okay.
like there's no like leaves around. Like it's just like trees are on fire. Everything's kind of smoldering.
Right. Do I want to use it? No, I'll save it. All right. I don't know which is more menacing. I will fire a chromatic orb at this guy.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, why not? All right. Where's my thing? 2nd level.
Okay.
We're gonna roll cold damage.
Great.
16.
A 16 will hit.
Oh wait, sorry, hold on. I
No,
rolled
that's
the
damage.
Oh, that's it.
I forgot this is a 2-hit spell.
Yes, it is.
Alright, so I'm rolling the attack now, but 16 damage.
Yep.
19.
Is
A,
that really
a
that
19
expensive?
hits.
19 hit for 16 cold damage.
Yeah, very nice.
Excellent.
And you concentrate on that, and it's a little.
No, that's just a one-time hit.
Okay. So what does it look like when you summon this little ball of cold and fire it at him?
Well, just kind of like a fireball, but a weaker version of it. It just like kind of coalesces between his hands and he fires it forward.
Cool. So this swirling blue condensed ball of cold and ice just splashes right in this thing's chest, and you hear hissing as the ice and cold meet the intense heat of this thing. It does damage to it.
Does it look like it does anything more than usual or no?
It looks like it does exactly what you were hoping it would do, but nothing extraordinary.
Alright. Too bad I don't have water damage. Alright, and I will kind of take a little bit of a back step away from that one I just smacked.
Cool. That brings us to defect.
Yes. All right. I'm just gonna take a step up to this guy. Activate rage. I'm gonna be reckless, and I'm gonna swing my axe at it because that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'll do the my little bonus thing: -5, +10. Great weapon master feat. And here we go. So a 13 to hit.
You bring. Are you doing Matter's Bane, or are you using
yeah.
Cloud Cutter? Cool. So Matter's Bane, big axe, swings towards this thing, and it brings up one of its spiky-ended arms and blocks it.
Not cool at all. I'm going to do the exact same thing for my second attack.
I love the name of it.
Yeah.
So a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Yes, for 24 points of damage.
Great. And so you were reckless.
Correct.
Cool. So I'm just gonna give you a little.
Crazy man icon.
Yeah. Well, that's
Crazy man
that's
is
your
rage.
rage.
That's the international symbol for rage right there, sir.
There. bonk. Cool.
Is Paduk invisible? Is that what his little...
Yes,
says?
Paduk is currently invisible.
That's actually the international symbol for toxic masculinity.
So it takes 20. Whoops! It takes 24 damage. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, that hurt it. Very cool. All right. Next up, we have Ava, who kind of rushes up to this one, short swords drawn. And she like is trying to slash at this thing, but it keeps blocking and blocking and blocking. She does not appear to hit it with her strikes of her short sword.
Womp womp.
Spoot, it is your turn. Paduk is on deck-ish, and then Olive.
Copy that. Sorry, this is a really ignorant question. You can cast a bonus action spell and then a cantrip, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yes,
but not a leveled spell.
you just can't cast 2 leveled spells.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. Okay. First, I would like to cast some Sacred Flame on... We're going to choose the creature that has not been damaged yet, so the one at the top right.
Okay, cool. All right, let's see how it does on a deck save. It rolls a 3.
I love it.
And it takes 15 radiant damage as your little glowy turtles shoot out, surround it, and start buffeting it.
Which one did you do that to?
Top right.
The one that Ava is currently fighting.
Ava failed to get.
Oh, and actually, defect.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit the one you hit, you took 9 points of fire damage.
I kind of figured that was coming.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah. Noted.
Tis but a scratch.
A singe.
Tis but a singe.
Oh.
That's a flesh wound.
As a bonus action, I would like to cast Spiritual Weapon.
All right.
The old tried and true.
The old tried and true. The old bag of tricks, as it were.
All right. Where would you like your spiritual weapon to be?
I think I want to hit this guy with the halberd, because he seems like he's going to be a pain in our ass.
All right. The Turtle Club
Turtle Club
reappears. Long missed.
Then I will cast it with a spell slot, because we can do the damage now, correct?
Yeah. That's part of the casting. Unfortunately, with an 11, he brings up his halberd and just kind of blocks it.
Okay,
Anything
that is
else
it.
on your turn, Spoot?
Nope. Not that I can do.
All right. It is now his turn. The guy with the... and you can see now, Spoot, now that you've like done something to him, he's wearing kind of this like burnished, sooty covered plate mail. This plate armor.
Managed to knock some of the ash off so we could see it better.
Yeah, and
Missed him entirely, just like brushed him off.
Yeah. Dusted him
and
off
he just walks through this fire over here next to you all, and comes to right about here, and swings his halberd towards Defect.
from there.
Yep, it's a
Ladies and
10-foot
gentlemen.
reach.
This is called a reach weapon.
Yep.
Yeah.
He swings his mighty halberd
Yep.
thricely.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Precisely.
Is he
Don't
just like
that.
swinging it around like
Yeah.
a helicopter?
The
Yeah.
first is a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 10 slashing damage, reduced to 5, and 7 fire damage. He also takes advantage of the fact that you are focusing on the big dude to deal you an additional 14 slashing damage, which gets reduced to 7. And then
Sneak attack.
twice more with his halberd. That's a 25 to hit for 11 reduced to 5 slashing and 4 fire damage. And a 21 to hit for 4 slashing reduced to 2 and 8 fire damage.
Yikes.
Damn, that's like 40 points of damage.
He had advantage on all those. Which means that one of
But
those
he hit them all.
right, but one of them would have been a crit
Oh.
at advantage.
Oh.
So luckily it wasn't the one that he dealt the extra damage on. So Defect, take another 10 slashing reduced to 5 and another 8 fire damage.
That one attack just took 50 points off me.
It's no good.
It is now Paduk's turn, and Paduk sees this all happen.
Cool.
Dude's gonna heal me for 2 points. Thanks,
Hey.
Duke, you did it.
Duke.
Hey,
Paduke's gonna fly
he's
over and
invisible,
cast him.
so
Paduke's gonna hide.
Dude's flying away.
Oh, Mike, do you want Paduke back now that you're here?
No, that's okay.
Okay, cool.
Take
Paduke is
over,
like,
Sarah.
fuck this noise, and leaves.
That's fair. That's fair. Paduke is going to bop on over to Defect and tap him and cast some healing word upon him. Oh, sorry, cast some cure wounds on him.
All right. By doing so, he becomes visible.
Right. He's going to cast it. Do I mean that? He's just going to cast cure wounds.
Okay.
He's going to cast it at level 2.
Great.
There we go. So you get 6 healing. And then he is going to use the rest of his movement to fly over here. And get
Okay.
the fuck out of Dodge.
All right.
So you got 14 healing. 6, and then above it says higher level cast.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. 14.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. So, Paduke pops into sight, heals Defect, tries to get away. The guy with the halberd takes an opportunity attack against him.
Right.
He would have come there to do it.
I'll allow it. Paduke is
Yeah,
smart
he-
that way.
Yeah, Paduke is smart enough to not get into that guy. He knows he hit Defect.
Yeah.
He just needed to come up and tap him on the back.
Yep, I'll allow that. Cool. Next
And
up,
then he's gonna fly over there.
yep.
yeah.
Next up, we have Olive, who definitely
Cool.
sees all this go down because you're
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Yep. Olive is going to cast some Tidal Wave.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
It is up to 30 feet long and up to 10 feet wide.
Yeah.
And it is going to get these two. It's going to get this guy and this guy. It wants to turn. Can I turn it? Yeah!
So like that?
Yeah, it's going to get both of those.
Cool.
They need to make some dexterity saving throws.
All right. They will attempt to do so.
Because I got some water damage.
Yeah. All right. So the big guy makes a dexterity saving throw, rolls a 13. That's a fail.
That's a fail.
The next individual, interesting. Rolls a 9. They both fail. They take
Cool.
17 bludgeoning damage.
They are knocked prone,
Nice.
and all unprotected flames within 30 feet are extinguished.
Cool. So all these flames that are around the area just kind of go out. How much? 17?
Nice.
17 damage, knocked prone,
Very nice.
and flames within 30 feet extinguished.
Yep. Very, very cool. Excellent. So yeah, these guys are prone AF. That brings us to Grrrig.
I was
Olive.
also going to walk away from the guy with the long reach.
Yep, you can walk away. Cool. So you head over there. That brings us to Grrrig.
Okay. Grrrig is going to take 2 steps back. That's the wrong tool. Oh, hey, Olive. I'll be over here.
Oh, hey.
And cast Hex.
Okay, you use the ring.
Yeah, on the halberd.
All right. He is these black swirling energy rings swirl around him as you concentrate on the spell.
Great. And because of Hex, I get to pick an ability check.
Which is not the same as a saving throw.
Unfortunately.
I know. And I'm just gonna... I don't know. I'll pick Dexterity.
Okay. If he needs to make any acrobatics checks or anything like that, he will have disadvantage on it.
There you go. Why not? And... Great. Now I'm gonna try doing Frostbite on it. Same guy.
Okay. It's a saving throw. Cool.
Yep.
It's a con save.
Con save.
Ooh, interesting. He rolls a natural 20 for 23.
That's sad.
Oh,
Cool. Anything else, Grrrig?
No.
All right, that brings us to these spike-armed brutes. This one right up by Defect gets up from prone and it attempts to lay into Defect with its spikiness. At advantage, that is a 14, which does not hit, and a 20. Does that hit?
Of course that hits.
I don't remember everybody's
Of
armor
course
class.
Yeah, you remember.
So the tip kind of drives into you, but you push most of it out. Instead of 12 piercing, you take 6 piercing damage and 9
Right.
fire damage.
All right.
This other one appears to focus on Ava, and it looks like they're just going back and forth. Like it's using its spikes to deflect her blows, but she's using her short swords to deflect its blows, not being exceptionally effective. This guy walks right through the fire up to Spoot and attempts 2 spiky attacks on Spoot. That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
For 18 piercing and 5 fire. So
ouch.
that's 23 in total.
Yikes.
And then a natural 20. For holy bemoly, 26 piercing damage and 15 fire damage.
Wow. 26 and then 15.
Yep. So that's 41 in total.
Mm-hmm. It is, in fact.
Cool. It is now Nereus' turn, who just had to step out, so we'll come back to him. Oh, we're going to attack this guy. I can see the ping. Is it another chromatic
Hopefully a spell
orb?
will appear.
Defect, you are on deck, and then
Yes. Yep.
Ava.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
chromatic orb.
Chromatic orb definitely hits on a 26.
I think that's a damage. The
Take-
26 is a damage, and
No,
Is it?
that's a 26 to hit. It does
26 to hit with
14
14
lightning damage. Very nice. So it takes 14 lightning damage. This little cackling ball of energy. And that brings us to Defect.
all right. I'm going to risk an opportunity attack to come down to this guy because I didn't like what he did, and I see that he's knocked prone.
Yeah, the spiked brute guy definitely takes an attack of opportunity. That's a natural 20. Wow, so many nat 20s.
Of course, it would be.
Wait a minute. Doesn't he have disadvantage while he's prone? Oh, it's the other guy.
No.
He got up.
The
Yeah,
spike-
the other
He
guy's
got up.
prone.
It's the other guy, unfortunately. So that would be 19 piercing damage, but it reduces to 9. And 11 fire damage. So 20 in total.
All right. Okay. Now I will swing at this guy.
Yep, you have advantage on the attack because he is prone.
So I will not be reckless. I will do the -5 plus 10.
Okay, you do know he's wearing plate armor. You can see that, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Then I will not do the -5. Oh, or should I?
You can. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, goddamn, he hit me for a lot. Yeah, let's do it. -5 plus 10.
Yeah, go for it.
14.
14
Okay.
will not hit. He rolls on the ground, evading Matter's Bane.
Okay. I'll do the same thing, but without the Great Weapons Master feat.
Okay.
26 to hit.
26
15.
absolutely hits. He takes 15 points of damage, and sparks fly off of him, and you take 8 points of fire damage from the sparks and the ash and everything that comes off of him into your face.
Damn, I'm gonna die soon.
It is now Ava's turn. She's going to make some attacky attacks. One of them hits for a little bit of damage. That brings us to Spoot.
Damn. Things are bleak. These are undead? Yes? No? We don't know.
We think so. The
all-
other cinder people we have encountered have been undead.
Lychee certainly described them as undead, or at least that they had like raised and they had like whenever people die, they rise up as these things.
But I didn't notice anything different when they took radiant damage.
No, but
Sorry,
not
I'm back.
but not all undead are vulnerable to radiant damage.
That's true. And I actually I'm struggling here because I don't think I have any spells that necessarily, or at least I don't have any prepared that detect undead. I don't know if that's something that clerics inherently just feel.
You can make a religion check.
Adis did feel undead when
Yeah.
he was near the forest.
Yeah, he felt a lot of undead.
I'm going
In fact,
to
it was
make
the only thing he
religion-
felt other than Fae.
Right.
Gotcha. I'm going to make a religion check. I don't know if giving myself guidance. No, that would be an action, wouldn't it? So I can't do that.
With a 21, looking at these things like spewing fire, their ash gray skin, the way that some of them have been mutilated to be more deadly killing machines, you're pretty sure they're undead.
Copy that. Good
Can you
to
do
know.
anything useful with that information?
I can let the party know that they're undead. And I'm just kidding. I don't like these people. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I can do something with that. Using a channel divinity as an action. So let me first, in case that fails, use my bonus action. I'm going to ignore this spiritual weapon at this point, which would definitely take advantage of that guy on the ground. And cast Mass Healing Word as a 4th level spell.
Okay.
And I will target all of the party.
All right. Everybody
Is that only
gets
4?
everybody gets 10 healing.
Oh, did I take any damage or no?
That only rolled 2d4, just so you know. I don't know what the thing is.
Hang on, let me double check. It's casting it.
Yeah, it only rolled 2d4 plus 5.
Yeah, it's a 3rd level spell, so it only.
Oh, so it
casts
only
2.
does. Okay. So yeah, everybody gets 10 hit points.
That's really sad. That one really killed me there.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use my action to attempt.
You can also use your action to disengage, remember.
Oh, that's very true. Hang on, real quick.
It's been a minute since you played, so.
Oh, doggy. But then I have to wait a full round and might get encroached upon. Sorry, let me check some. Oh, this might suck, but let's try it anyway. I'm going to attempt to use my action for Turn Undead.
Okay. They make wisdom saves.
Wisdom saves DC 17.
All right. I believe they are all in range.
30 feet, so yes, they should be.
Okay, and wisdom save. Only one of the 4 of them succeeds.
Ooh, I bet I know which one it is.
Believe it or not, it's the one right next to you.
Of course it is.
God damn it.
But the rest do appear to be frightened of Spoot.
I believe the technical term is shook.
Turned.
They are turned, which means that they
Shook
will.
undead is the spell.
Which means that they will try to run away from you.
I love that it literally makes them turn around and run.
Actually,
yeah. I would. So when I cast this, but I would like to think that like I just say something that sounds really angry and Aquan.
mm-hmm.
You just make angry, watery noises, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Okay.
I sound like Dr. Zoidberg when he's like upset.
Cool. Anything else on your turn, Spoot?
I think that was all of my turn.
All right. I mean,
I'm
it was
just
a
gonna
good
pray
turn.
that he doesn't clobber me on the next turn.
Yeah.
Notably,
So this
They
guy
also can't
gets
take
up.
reactions.
Actually, I might yell that everyone should focus on the remaining creature.
Yeah, this guy gets up, and then has to spend his turn booking away. Because the only thing he can do is move away from you, and the only
Does that
dash
grant-
action.
Does that grant opportunity attacks?
Yes, it does.
And it cannot take any because it has no reactions.
Yep. So it begins running away. Defect, you get an opportunity attack on him.
Oh, what just happened? Oh god.
But if I understand correctly, if I do, then that will stop him in his tracks, and then he can turn around and later attack me, right? So I think I'm just gonna let him run away
Okay.
from me.
Oh yeah, if he hits him, would that
Yeah,
negate
until
the
it takes
fleeing?
any
Yeah.
damage, it
Yeah,
negates
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah,
any
you're right,
any
you're
damage
right.
negates it.
yeah, and
You're right.
I am like really hurt. So I'm just gonna let him run away from all of us.
Cool. Great. And then they get a save at the end of their turn, correct?
Let me read.
Or is it just
It's
for a
turn for
minute?
1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Okay, great, cool. Yeah. And that's not a concentration effect, so yeah, good usage of thing.
That's a
Nice.
minute.
Mhm.
Nice.
It was a long time in
All right.
combat.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
It is Paduke's turn.
Paduke is going to. I'm going to find Paduke's character sheet, which I somehow just lost. I managed to restart roll 20. Paduke is going to cast some healing word upon defect at level 3 and hope that helps. No, it doesn't really. He gets 7 healing.
No, it's 15.
Oh, 15 healing.
15
Why do I
plus
keep doing that? I
healing.
keep showing it in a weird thing. 15 healing for defect.
Yep.
Wait a
Because
minute.
he has seen defect take a lot of damage.
Yep.
Are you adding the 8 and the 7?
Yep, that is correct.
Then,
Yeah.
then earlier was mine not 14 instead of 10?
How many how many dice did it roll?
No. Yeah, no, that's the higher level cast. That's the two the higher level is the 2 extra levels and the 7 is the
Yeah.
single.
So mine's rolling it strangely.
Your card just says that you did it at 4th level.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see now.
It's
Okay.
because Paduke is in roll 20 instead of D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Copy that.
Cool. Great. Good turn from
Rolling.
Paduke. Anything else for Paduke?
The one guy that he is in range of is the one who is not scared, so he's going to stay put and not provoke an opportunity attack.
All right. That brings us to Olive.
Cool. Olive. Aw, damn, they're 35 feet apart.
They're also running away.
They are. Cool. All right.
And
Olive is
Spoot
going-
yelled desperately to attack the one that remained.
Fair.
So for the love of God, do that.
Olive is going to throw another tidal wave then. At
right.
our friend here who is not running away.
Yeah, so you summon a tidal wave.
Because that seemed to be real effective.
He makes a dexterity saving throw. Fails. These things
Cool.
are not nimble, these big guys. They are pretty lumbery.
14 bludgeoning damage. He's knocked prone, and some more flaming trees go out.
Yeah, so... but he is prone on the ground. Very well done. Anything else, Olive?
Olive is going to back away from that guy.
All right,
Olive is going to select the right thing.
that brings us to Grrrig.
Excuse me. Yeah, why not? We'll just frostbite the one that just got tidal waved.
All right.
On save, DC 60s.
Yep. Oh, wow, he fails.
Cool.
So he takes 4 cold damage.
And then has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its turn.
Oh, all right.
Which will probably be against Spook.
No, it's the
What?
pointy sticks at its hands, pointy bones. Kind
Yep.
of weapons, yes.
Yeah, they're melee weapons.
Oh, nice.
Would it be 2d6? The spell damage?
It would.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we're level 5. We passed level 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're level 9.
Huzzah!
Yeah. More.
Good eye.
Not F.
More d6.
For another 4.
Yeah, all right.
So 8.
Great. Yeah, good job. It is now their turn. These two indeed run away. Run away. They run off the map.
Ava gets an attack opportunity.
Don't do it, Ava.
No.
Let
But
them
that would
run.
make them-
Into the
To let them
turtle.
run.
She heard you shout, you know.
Help! Basically.
Well, she heard you shout, let them. They're going to run
Let them
away.
run.
Whatever you
Let them
said.
go.
Cool. So they run off. This guy stands back up and takes a disadvantage swing at Spoot.
Sorry.
That's a
I might be getting
15.
my the
What?
15 will not hit. I might be getting my Pathfinder and D&D rules confused. Does standing up from prone
No.
an opportunity attack? Okay,
Not in 5th edition.
gotcha.
In like 3.5, which Pathfinder, yes, but not in
Gotcha.
5th
That's
edition.
what it is.
And so then it takes another swing at Spoot, not at disadvantage. Whoops. But that's an 11. So you get your shield up as 2 swipes. The first one, he's like moving sluggish and slow, and just kind of, and the second one bashes against you.
Thank you for disadvantage.
Nereus,
Yes.
back to the top.
How is this thing looking?
You can make a medicine check on it.
Oh, I'm great at that. Oh, 17.
Ooh.
It looks hurt. Yeah.
All right. It doesn't look like I really need to. Ray of Frost.
All right. Go for it.
28
That will hit.
for 10 cold damage.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna back up a little bit. Just stand right there.
Yeah, so you summon your Ray of Frost, and these icy crystals form and kind of blast over this creature's shoulder. Kind of very like Iceman. Anything else, Nereus?
No.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
that brings us to Defect.
Excellent. I'm going to step down. 10, 15, 20, 25.
This is a wall of fire here.
I put it out earlier.
Oh, that's right. You did from your thing. Thank you for reminding me.
This wall of fire is
And-
out, and this wall of fire is out.
Yep.
The Great Walls of Fire.
I'm gonna attack
Great wall
with
of water.
the -5 plus 10.
Okay.
Nat 20.
That will hit
Yeah.
for
So that's a
23. Yeah.
That grants me a bonus attack if I want to do it, which I will.
Well, you still have two. You still have a regular attack, and then on your bonus
Also have a
action.
regular attack, yeah.
Would you
Um,
have flanking in this position?
No,
Not quite.
Oh.
he'd have to be here. Oh well, Paduke's there, so yeah.
Oh yeah, he's flanking with Paduke.
So I will do it again. -5 plus 10.
Yep.
It was 17.
A 17 will hit. Yep.
Nice.
For
24 points of
24.
damage.
What does it look like when you slay this creature?
Yay!
Oh,
It God, I don't know. I guess yeah, it's defect is behind it, so everyone else sees just like this axe come down across its side, kind of split open and just fall down, and then defect kind of walks through. Everything that's like made of wood on defect is kind of burning like embers, you know.
Gently singed.
So
Yeah, gently, very
You
gently.
probably take damage, but that's really badass.
yeah, so defect
Worth it.
cleaves this thing, one of the shoulders just right through, and it kind of falls off, and like it begins to like turn from more like solid matter into like pure ash, and just whoosh, and in a very reminiscent way to Matter's Bane on humanoids. And the other side crumples into a pile of ash and dust as Defect walks through it, some of the embers clinging to him, kind of lighting him up in this like fiendish way almost, but like as a good guy. And he just walks through the massive 2 piles of ash that he has created on either side of this thing.
That's my best friend.
Yeah. So, something interesting happens here. You all watch this, and then you hear footsteps running away. And you see Ava running off after the things that Spoot scared.
Ava, wait, they won't stay turned forever?
She just keeps running.
well,
Easy come, easy go.
she's gone.
And she just runs off of the map.
That's definitely a choice.
I would like you all to make insight checks at this point.
Wow. Yeah.
23.
Nat 20.
You
Greg
kidding
and I
me?
just look at each other. We're just like,
Really, the
We are all
Houston,
extremely
Okay.
insightful.
the opposite of trolls.
So all 4 of you. Okay, everyone except Nereus.
I just don't care.
With a natural 1. Everyone except Nereus, you all look
Ow.
at each other. Spoot, you call after her. You see her look back, and as she turns her head and looks back at you all, you see pure abject terror on her face as she looks at Spoot. And Spoot, you realize it is the same look of fear and terror that the Cinder folk had on you.
She was undead.
Oh.
I might have to be excused.
Interesting.
I honestly thought maybe it was me for a second. Maybe I was too badass with that last thing, but I mean,
Do we need to address that? Because she like had a brain.
So you've got about 54 seconds before these things turn around and come after you.
Running after her.
That's what we're doing in the next minute.
Well, technically, Spoot is the next to act. So, Spoot, you see this and you realize this, that she's afraid of you like the Cinderfolk are afraid of you.
I don't even know what to do, except I know that while I still have a turn, I'm going to burn 6 seconds and cast a spell. It's called Everyone Has Ouchies. This makes better.
Actually, only 2 of you have ouchies.
I was gonna say, most of us are actually doing real good.
2 of us have
I
ouchies.
haven't
This
been
makes
Great
better.
for you guys.
That was it. I am rolling terribly in my healing saves. I need to take this badge off. I don't deserve to wear
Alright.
it.
Well, Defect and Spoot, you gain 14 hit points. Everybody else, I think you're all full up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you still get hit with a wave of healing energy that washes over you.
Yeah,
I feel so revitalized.
Ooh, that tickles.
it's a nice, refreshing blast.
Big sneezes.
So
Feels like
Spoot,
turtles.
you cast this heal on you in Defect. You see the look of terror on Ava's face as she looks at you and begins running away, like dead on the tails of these of the big guys. Actually,
I think perhaps
well,
that
a
we
little
should
behind.
also-
They're a little quicker than she is.
I think maybe we should run away also because they're going to come back.
Which way is away? They scattered in kind of to all
Right.
4 directions.
Well, they went
also, what
northish.
direction is the direction we're going.
Yep, that's where we want to go.
Yeah, you're heading kind of northwesty.
Yeah. So let's chase after Ladyface.
Well,
She went northeast.
well, she went the other way.
Damn it.
Northwesty is halberd face.
Yeah.
That's fine. We can kill him too. Solve a mystery, kill something. We're
I mean,
either
he's
way,
already dead
fine.
because he ran away, so he must be dead.
Okay, actually, bonus action. I'm really curious what's going to happen right now.
Yeah.
Is he still in sight?
You can make a perception check. I mean, he ran quite a ways, but you can make a perception check at disadvantage to see if you can see him through the smoke and fire.
I cannot.
With a 7, no, unfortunately. He like ran off through fire. Although
Regardless, I'm gonna-
although I believe the hex might let you know approximately where he is.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's right.
Hexy hex hex.
There's a curse. No?
I think it is as long as you're on the same plane of existence.
Presumably hasn't run right off this plane.
It is not in the description
Okay.
that the card creates on its own, but I can look it up.
That's okay. It really, ultimately, it ends up not mattering. I was going to send spiritual weapon in that direction as a
Oh,
lead in case
yeah,
we
it
encounter
is much. The guy is much quicker.
him. Yeah, it only goes 20 feet, and also I'm on turn 8 and technically 7 because I just knocked a turn off, so it will expire before he turns.
Yeah.
Back.
Cool. So you heal up yourselves. Use your bonus action to move your spiritual weapon a bit. You all kind of look around. You have a quick second here. You all kind of chat real quick and decide to run.
Yeah.
Right.
And you do so. Everybody go ahead. Just give me athletics checks. Defect, you I guess you would still have your rage for this kicking off, but then you would lose it after you start running.
Okay.
So Olive was a 17, Grrrig is a 20, 26 from Defect, 14 from Spoot, 12 from Nereus. Go ahead and roll for Paduk as well.
Oh yeah. Athletics is strength.
Yep.
Nice going, Grrrig.
Well, Paduk is flying. He's not running.
Lucas fine.
So it could be a. Well, I guess wing muscles. Well, I guess since he's not running, he just flies. There's nothing really getting in his way, so I guess he doesn't have to make the check.
All right.
Cool. Because he flies faster than I think most of you anyway. But you all rolled pretty well. So you take off running. Eventually, Spoot, you feel your turn undead just vanish. And you do not see any people around you in the moment. But if you stop running, they might find your trail, catch you pretty quick. So it's up to you if you're gonna keep running or if you're gonna.
Is it eagle time?
It can't be eagle time until the rest.
We should keep running.
Yeah, you've only been running for less than a minute. Remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably all the stamina I have as a turtle, but we should keep running.
And we see no signs of Ava.
No.
She ran the other way.
Ava, if you can. Oh, I shouldn't yell.
The opposite of stealth. Running through the forest.
Well, we're also running, so.
Fair.
And I'm a turtle, and I just imagine when I'm running all the stuff on my shell, it's just like.
Yeah, my question is, you guys are just going to keep running for a while?
Yeah, if Ava's friendly and wants to join us and doesn't actually mean to kill us and it's just cursed with some undead thing, I'm sure she's smart enough to find our trail, so we'll just leave her behind, right? That's fine.
She ran away.
She did.
Because she was terrified of me.
Run after, but...
So yeah, I say we run for a little bit, and then once we sort of vacate the area, we return to a normal walking.
So give me a time frame. How long are you going to run for?
In
10 minutes straight north.
10 minutes? Yeah.
10 minutes, oh god.
Okay.
I think you're gonna have to drag me.
So everyone who has it's 10 minutes. Yeah. I need everyone to make a constitution check for me.
Constitution check.
Yeah. You're running through smoke and fire and everything, so.
Sure.
Not a saving throw.
Not a saving throw, just a check.
God damn
I'm
it.
going to use
Nice,
my
serious.
super smart flash of genius to add, what is it, a D4 to mine?
No, you just add your intelligence.
Okay, great. That's why I think it's 4.
Cool.
Because
I
it
have a
is.
10.
All right.
I'm using my blanket, so
All
I
right.
don't breathe the smoke in.
Can I give myself guidance on checks like that?
Why
Yeah.
are half of Spoot's numbers grayed out?
I don't know. I'm gonna give myself guidance though, because the DM said yeah.
Yeah.
I also have a 10.
Well, if you roll the 10 or higher, you do not take any smoke inhalation damage.
Woohoo!
So everybody makes it. Paduk can fly and keep up with you, so he's not extending himself like you all are. But he is still breathing the air, so go ahead and make a con check for Paduk as well.
Just
breathe.
Paduk with a natural 20 has no problems whatsoever. He's like, keeping pace with you
Just
all.
hold his breath for 10 minutes.
He's turned himself invisible again. He's going. But yeah, you all run for a good 10 minutes, and kind of slow to kind of catch your breath. You have escaped imminent danger, it looks like, but you have also left a fairly readable trail behind.
I think once we stop running, we then start making an attempt to obscure our trail.
We should scatter.
I think we just start sneaking.
Everyone go in 5 different directions.
So if you want to obscure your tracks, that's going to be a survival check.
Yeah, let's do it. Can I
26.
Get guidance?
Yeah, very nice.
Wait. I have a cleric thing to outdo you. I did not do it. Actually,
working for
Well,
you.
even with a 4, I couldn't actually outdo that. I don't know why I
Yeah.
thought I could.
Well, I don't know. With a 4, you could have got it on a 27.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
That would have been higher than Olive's 26. But Olive's 26 is more than enough, and if Spoot helps her, it's totally fine. Once you take a breath, you see the massive trail that you have left. And you are able to shift around ash and kind of like knock a tree or a log and move it over and kind of mess up your trail, and it's going to be hard to find
We're gonna walk in a different direction.
where you are now. Yeah, and like you backtrack and do a little thing. So yeah, you can totally do that. And you
Oh, damn.
apparently or seemingly successfully get yourselves out of a sticky situation that seemed quite painful.
See, even.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you are hurt, and you still and that was about an hour into your travel. That whole thing took place. So
Yep. So we are still on the lookout for some place to rest.
yeah.
At
So
the very least, a short rest, ideally a long rest.
yeah. So are you going to press forward for the remaining 3.5-ish hours, or are you going to like try to find someplace sooner to rest?
I don't know, Defect, how badly do you need that rest?
I
It's
can
not just
carry you
Defect.
some more if you want.
Those 5 guys were not nice to
No.
fight. And it
What if
took
I
a.
start?
I'm in favor.
Just, you know what?
What do we
All
think
right.
about finding a place to take a short rest and then pushing on a little bit further?
Yes, just in case we run into those guys again.
Yeah.
A short rest would be fine.
Sounds good to me.
Meanwhile, Greg's gonna point in the direction that maybe Ava's in, cast message, and say, "You're undead. Why'd you run away? Come back. This is interesting." Just at
Exact-
random.
I was actually just about to say.
What is the range on
120
that?
feet. Just,
Nothing comes
just
back.
at random. Gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, nothing comes back ever. You spend a good 10 minutes doing that. Nothing happens. So you've been walking this whole time, I assume, because you don't want to like stop where your trail ends, so you keep on.
You're
Trekking.
right. I think I'm actually gonna do you one better there on the message. I'm gonna cast sending. Does that actually count? Am I familiar with her? Yes, I suppose.
You've met her.
You've
Yeah.
met her.
We are acquaintances. I can now send you.
Good luck with that.
And I don't know what the message is. It's gonna be something short like, "I'm
Come
sorry
back."
to make. I'm sorry to make you run. If you want to find us, you can come back, but we had to flee." You can respond to this message.
There is no response to your message. And after
Okay, bye.
after a few moments, you remember that she was running like on the heels of one of the big things,
Oh.
Yeah.
and you ran for 10 minutes after your spell wore off, or your ability wore off.
She's probably dead.
Again.
Re-dead.
Flamey thing with pointy arms. Go crunch.
Spoot is a little sullen for the rest of the evening.
So as you trek through, attempting to find a place that appears safe enough to take a short rest before you continue on the last few hours,
Yeah.
go ahead, make perception checks at disadvantage to try to see someplace safe through this
Nah, I don't
smoke
see
and
shit.
haze.
Is this for a
You're,
short rest?
yeah, looking for a place to take a short rest.
Olive doesn't see shit.
Yeah, 19.
It's at disadvantage.
I got a 10.
Is it possible to use the channel divinity cartography tools, topography, give myself some kind of advantage?
Not in this case.
Copy.
But I have used my eagle eyes to kind of pierce through everything.
So you see through stuff, but you don't see through the haze and smoke. You just see it closer up and like more of it.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. It's a weird ability because it's like kind of binocular vision, but it doesn't like let you see like through objects or
Right.
anything like that. So cool. So Spoot with an 18, double 18, you are able to successfully find a little like area that seems to have like trees on fire, like in a semicircle. That looks like you can maybe hunker down and kind of be disguised. There's like a fallen tree on one side and then like a semicircle of flame trees, so you're obscured in a lot of ways. So you think it's pretty safe to like take a short rest.
Okay. Copy that. I share that with the group.
Sounds good.
And we supposedly take a short rest?
We shall attempt to take a short rest.
Yeah. Totally. Glorious. You all do so. You take a short rest.
Yeehaw.
Or attempt to take a short rest. Let me see here. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Doesn't sound very convincing.
No.
So, as you are like taking a short rest, starting to like heal up, everybody go ahead. You can make an auditory perception check, which is
23.
which is not a disadvantage.
Nope.
Okay.
Wow.
Olive, Defect, and Spoot. While you are resting, you
We're the ones who need the rest.
you hear heavy footfalls, or actually, you hear. What do you hear? You hear. Yeah, you hear what sounds like a group of people like moving through the forest, kind of behind the flaming trees.
I'm gonna quickly tell everyone to be quiet. Shh.
Mm-hmm.
Just hunker down.
Yeah. Everybody can make stealth checks with advantage because you heard it.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a group stealth check, so.
I don't know how I do this.
And Paduk is included in this as well
All right.
because he is part of the group.
Duke rolled a 26.
Cool.
Invisibility helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. Anytime he's invisible, he always has advantage. So, cool. So that was Olive with an 8, Grrrig with a 22, Defect with a 16, Spoot with an 18, Nereus with a 14, and Paduk with a 26.
Thanks for covering my noisy ass, guys.
Yeah, you like some of the ash kind of like gets up in your nose and it looks like you're about to sneeze, Olive. Paduk rushes in and like blocks both of your nostrils with his hands and like pinches your nose shut. And he's like shaking his head frantically like no, don't do it. So you hear these things marching by. Is anyone trying to like get a glimpse on these figures, or are you just letting them go?
Nah.
I think the only one that should, yes, Grrrig.
Okay, Grrrig.
I think Grrrig should.
Go ahead, make a perception check. They are passing close enough through these flaming trees that you can, and you rolled high enough that you don't have disadvantage on this check.
Through the fire and the flames, you might say.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, you see a bunch of like the cinder folky people just kind of like turning their heads looking for something. And they eventually, after a few minutes, walk off. That was about 30 minutes into your short rest. But nothing untoward happened, so you can finish it up.
Great.
So at the end of your short rest, everybody can spend hit dice if they want to, abilities recharge, all that kind of stuff.
Sweet.
Yay, hit dice.
Yeah.
Yay, being able to fly again. Olive really likes being
great.
able to fly.
There.
It's helpful.
Right. So after taking a little over an hour to collect yourselves and get yourselves moving again, Chi Ryan in chat goes, "Phew." Indeed,
You
so.
can say that again.
You all can begin your trek. Go ahead, make a survival check, Olive, because you've been running and then there was this tense thing. So just make a survival check.
24.
Yeah, you know which way to go. You're fine. You did not lose track of directions. Everything is hunky-dory, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Ooh, you can go some lemonade about now.
Yeah, it's hot here. And it's like getting progressively hotter the farther you march. Like every mile is like another degree.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not that extreme, but like it's definitely getting warmer.
But it's a dry heat.
It is a very dry heat.
The worst.
Oh, give me a dry heat over a wet heat any day. I
Need
hate.
moisture. Am turtle.
Oh, well, fair. Fair. Am not skinny. Do not like humidity. Anyway, you travel onwards, gloriously, for a couple more hours.
And we are looking for
Yeah.
a better place to rest and not super confident we're going to find it.
Yeah. So about 3 more hours go by or so, which is about what you wanted to do. And it's at this point where you can kind of attempt to find where you think a good place to be for the night would be. Which this is the survival check that I would allow your cartographer's tools to help you with, Spoot.
Copy that. Okay, I will do the thing. I'm checking off a channel divinity and doing a survival check at advantage? Question mark.
Yeah, because of the tools. They're going to give you advantage on this.
With guidance, because it doesn't hurt. And I've sorely underused it in the first half of this campaign.
Guidance for everything.
It's the cleric cure-all.
24.
It's for the good of the party.
Yeah. So with a 24, you actually find an uprooted tree that has like torn open a bit of ground. And it leads to a hollow that was some kind of creature's burrow at one point. But it looks like with a little like widening, all of you could squeeze down into it.
I could dig it out.
Yeah, you have claws.
I got claws.
No worries, I fit just fine.
Yeah, Grrrig, if you want, you can scurry down there and check it out.
Yeah, alright.
That sounds like a trap.
All right, you scurry down there, Grrrig. And about
Message us.
and you scurry down for it's a fairly long tunnel, probably about 20 feet or so. But then it opens up to like a fairly large, just kind of open area, and there's like lots of like nesting material down here. You figure you could all squeeze in,
What kind of nesting material?
like dead leaves, twigs.
Bodies.
Any signs of what has nested?
No. Like
Well,
you fit down here, but you are on your hands and knees fitting down here.
right. Yeah, just imagining like exactly did I find any bones or anything?
No, but Leechy did tell you that like every animal in the forest either died or ran off years ago.
That's true.
Or is currently undead and stalking around.
Point of order, you have not seen any undead animals.
No.
Fair.
Right.
No beasties.
Well, we've seen some undead monsters.
Okay. Well, I'll go back up and be like, all right, well, it's kind of cozy but cramped. We could fit. Just be like, snuggling.
Definitely what we want in this heat is more snuggling.
And it was cooler down there. But you would have to like widen the tunnel a bit to get everybody in.
Do you think that I can safely do that without damaging the integrity of the tunnel as a turtle?
I would say there's an element of instinct here. So you can do a survival check at advantage. Because tortoises, which are like turtles.
Thank God for advantage.
Cool.
I've rolled the lowest survival checks all night. Got
Yeah.
+9.
Well, with a 24, you are confident that you know how to like dig out but shore up the sides here, and you're pretty sure that you can even make it look like you know how to like repack it towards the front so it looks like it hasn't been changed.
Wow.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm like, all right, give me a moment, guys. I'm a little rusty. I've gotten a little soft and started sleeping in beds, but
All those cake decorating skills coming in handy with camouflage.
Indeed.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you spend a little time, probably takes an hour, but you are able to successfully widen the tunnel enough for everybody to crawl in, and then after everybody does, you can repack the front so that they cannot, it doesn't look like it has changed at all from any casual observance.
Cool.
But yeah, you all kind of crawl down in this little hidey hole. It's about 20-ish feet. It's close quartered. It's a little claustrophobic, but you all do fit between the tunnel and the open space. So
Cool.
Grrrig is strangely comfortable just curled up onto the effect.
yeah, Paduk is actually like on the ground walking around, checking on everybody to make sure everybody's okay, because he can walk perfectly fine down this tunnel.
Right.
Which is weird that you're all like kind of like on your bellies or whatever, and he's just kind of walking around checking everybody out.
So comfortable.
Yeah.
Cozy.
Tanner is having like claustrophobia just imagining this in his head.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Ooh.
didn't know that.
No,
Did not mean to do that.
no, it's so good. Just like yikes.
Olive just kind of curl up in the corner and put her knees up, and
Yeah.
should I like be
she's
the
not,
one?
She's not a small orc.
No.
Or
And
not a
Defect
small
is definitely taking up the bulk of the real estate.
Yeah, Defect will tell Nereus, we don't usually do this every night. In fact, I think this is the first.
That's fine. I'm kind of glad I'm on the shorter side doing this.
If we cast a large creature on Spook, can everyone get in the shell with him?
That only lasts for
No.
a minute, sadly.
Yeah.
And also no, because the rest of your body also gets that large.
I know,
Right.
So
Actually,
you
I do
take
think
up
that's-
take up the same ratio of space in your shell.
Can you imagine if the shell just gets bigger and I'm like, come on in?
Although
I mean, I could reduce everyone for a minute, but that doesn't sound like it would be all that productive.
No.
you could get out quicker.
Or you can enlarge Paduk. and make him feel how cramped this is.
You could make Paduk Grrrig sized.
Oh no.
That's essentially what it would do, because he's a tiny. He's a 6-inch tall sprite.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I think that Spoot should position himself like at the mouth of the opening. That way, if something did decide to crawl in, at least it would have to go through some turtle shell.
All right, so you do that. You all kind of nestle in for a hopefully safe but uncomfortable sleep. Just to sit down into a long rest as you hear the kind of crackling and smoldering of the forest outside. You all bunker down for the evening, and that's where we will end tonight on Nuuli Forged.
Woohoo!
A semi-triumphant episode.
Yeah, hey, you did some good stuff. Some
Mostly
great
not
times happened.
I'm all torn up about Ava already.
Aw.
I wanted to follow Ava.
Oh, I thought okay. I thought everyone wanted to run away, and Spoot was just like, you know
I
what,
was
we need to
gonna
live.
run after Ava.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
Nobody else did. I wanted to go, but because it was northeast and not northwest.
Oh,
I
we
would've done
ran
that.
farther away from the.
From
We
Ava.
ran toward the dragon and away from Ava.
Okay.
I wanted to
Womp
run
womp.
after Ava.
Womp womp.
And she got eaten.
I misunderstood. I would have followed Grrrig on that one for sure.
Hey, it's all right. But yeah,
Easy come, easy go.
One less NPC that Jared has to play.
Yeah.
Before we bed down for the night, I'm going to cast Goodberry and hand them out.
Oh.
oh, so you prepped Goodberry. Nice,
I
Get
did.
used
The
to
last
this, near.
cool.
Oh right, I don't automatically get those every day now.
Yeah, so everybody gets Goodberry from Olive.
Ugh,
Yeah.
I begrudgingly eat it.
I saved mine.
I do have rations.
They do
Yeah,
last
I'm gonna-
for 24
lasts for
hours.
24 hours. So the thought was to do it before the long rest, and it will last us till tomorrow night.
We also haven't eaten all day, presumably.
Yeah, fair.
Well,
We have,
I assume you've been chonking on rations.
Yeah.
But that does bring up a good point. What does Olive's Goodberries taste like?
Apples.
Which apples?
The
Right.
crabbiest
The
of apples.
The mush ones?
Fiji,
Or a
the
fresher
worst.
apple?
Nice, crisp.
G.
apples.
Ryan,
Chris.
thank you so much for making it this week. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Cool. So they are nice, crispy apples flavored
Yes.
Goodberries, which is kind of a mind fuck when you think about it. But hey, whatever works.
Very small, crispy apples.
Yeah, it's all good.
Weird.
So,
And I
With
can
that-
actually create up to 10, so everyone can have 2 if you want to eat one and save one.
Perfect.
That's a good idea.
so with that, we will call it here for the evening, and we will go around and say our goodbyes, plug anything you wish to plug, and all that jazz. Let's start up in Turtle Corner with Spoot.
Toward the corner.
Whoa. Welcome to Turtle Corner. I've been Spoot, and I have been a terrible cleric tonight. But tune in next week, see if I get better.
All right. Hopping on down to Nereus.
Tanner, I've been playing Nereus. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Cool. And then over to Olive.
Oh, hey, I'm Sarah. Been playing Olive, and thanks for watching. You should like and follow and subscribe to us in all the places. We are here on Twitch. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. All of them are Nuuli Forged, Nuuli Forged.
That was wonderful. Good job. Thank you. And over to Grrrig of the Rust.
That's me. I'm Grrrig of the Rust. Also Amber. Yeah. I'm glad we're not
Yeah?
dead. Yeah. Thanks for watching us not die. See you next time.
Yeah.
You sound so uncertain.
I'm uncertain how to feel about the course of the events of this evening. We're
And
not
hey,
dead,
there's a
but
dragon
it doesn't
coming.
feel triumphant.
No.
So,
Should you feel
both
triumphant?
Grrrig and Amber are a little confused.
Fair enough. And hopping up to
Is it
Defect.
to me, Defect, Mike in real life, thank you for watching. Just remember, if you're having a bad night, check your internet. Could be that. Um, this episode is brought to you by Have Good Internet Service. Hopefully that'll not be a problem next week, in which we'll see you then.
Oh my god.
Get better internet is the moral of the story.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
And I am Jared. I am your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to Incomplete for the follow. Thank you to Ives Got It for the subscription. That's 12 months, 1 year, baby. 1 year of affiliate status. Ives Got It. You're the best mod. Thank you to King Cosmasi for gifting a sub to Infinite Light. And thank you to G Ryan for hanging out in chat and being chill and talking. If you would like to hear more of Matt and me talk about D&D things, we have a podcast called Mid-Level Adventurers. Episode 15 currently got released onto YouTube this week. And if you just want to hear me blather with a bunch of other cool D&D content creators about some D&D legacy exploits, episode 2 of our Making the Monster series is available now. So check out the Making a Monster podcast to hear us talk about the wireless troll. And the last week was Peasant Railgun and Quantum Ogre. This week is Wireless Troll.
I will
And
always love Peasant Railgun.
Do trolls
I can't
normally
remember what the
plug
other
in?
one is. It's a fun discussion. It's all about hacking up trolls and using them to contact people. It's weird. Listen to the episode. I'm telling you. But wireless,
No spoilers.
yeah. But wireless trolls and I can't remember the other one for the life of me. But it was another cool one, and I just the Arrowhead of Destruction. That's what it was.
Ooh.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Yeah. So check out Making a Monster this week. It's a lot of fun. And we're gonna raid Grrrig the Orc, who normally plays some D&D, but is playing some Spiritfarer tonight. But hey, whatever, it's all good.
We're playing something.
Yeah.
Fur.
So we're gonna head on over there and check them out. I'm not sure how they identify. So we're gonna check them out. Everybody, be kind to one another. Be safe. It's a really fucked up world in a lot of ways right now. Hopefully things get better soon. But let's, hop in, let him know he's been newly rated. And we will see you all right here at 7 p.m. next week for episode 77 of Nuuli Forged. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.